but I am sorry that your nephew is dead.
No,
I
it's
had nothing to
okay.
do with
Thank
it.
you, though.
Alrighty.
Is that
maybe
part
he
of the
didn't do
joke?
it. The way he said that, it did sound like he's guilty.
I
Oh.
hear your
Very
berries,
guilty.
dumbass, one more time. I'm probably gonna get kicked out anyways.
If it's
What
last
happened
thing
to
I'll do,
your
I'll make sure you
nephew?
never set foot on this police force again.
Nah, we'll get you your job back, Howie. Don't worry
Hot
about
dog
that.
boy.
Thanks, Cap.
Yeah.
Don't take that from him, Howie. Don't let people call you hot dog boy. You should be allowed to eat whatever you want.
I mean, this guy, he's
I just ate
Yeah, no,
a
I'm
whole
good.
slice of cheesecake. If I have to
Be
prove
careful,
to
Howie.
people that I
could put Quaaludes in your hot dog, okay?
Does kind of seem like your
I'm gonna have
jacket
20
is a
Quaaludes
hot
in
dog
this hot
bun.
dog.
You just pull cheesecake out of your jacket and just palm it and just shove it in your fucking mouth like that, like in your gullet.
fucked up, man. And my jacket doesn't look like a hot dog bun.
You just carry
Kind-
cheesecake into a courtroom and sit
I
in the back
appreciate
and
that, sir.
just fucking shove it in your
Yeah.
mouth. No plate, nothing.
Oh. Take
Howie,
your
why would you
glasses
even
on
say
and
that?
off.
Now that you said that, I can't help but think you kind of do look
Yes,
like
you
a hot
could.
dog.
And then that bald head.
Oh, that's.
Shut
like-
the fuck up.
Yeah,
Kind of our style.
that's the end of the wiener.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
We
weenie,
gotta
weenie
find,
tip.
we gotta get a hobby for you,
bit.
like.
The jacket
Black
kind of
is your
looks like a
color,
bun.
both of you.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
I'm
saying.
sure it
That's
is.
That's
like-
what we're saying up here. I think we all see it now. Little tip of the
Shut
dog.
the fuck up.
Yeah. Oh, pig in a blanket.
Howie, how about for the meantime you manage my property? Oh, there you go. That's a job for you.
What did you do that I didn't?
Me?
Yeah.
It's going south.
I'm gonna fucking play the top of your head like a bongo, Howie.
All rise for the
I'm gonna
Honorable
fucking
Judge
lick the palm of both
Powers.
my hands and play the top of your head like a
All
bongo.
right, in order, everybody,
calm down.
Oh shit.
You may all have your seat.
My God.
Just before we begin
I
today,
can't hear him back here.
I'm going to lay some ground rules for everybody. First and foremost, there will
Hello,
be
Chad, I have no voice.
absolutely no disruptions in my courtroom.
Oh, we're
Just
fucked.
so you are all explicitly aware, contempt of court within the state of San Andreas currently is a felony charge, with the outcomes being judicial discretion. So I encourage none of you to test what that discretion means. Second of all, there will be no hats in my courtroom. Unless you are a serving member of law enforcement, then they may remain on your head. With that being said, I'm just going to sort my paperwork out here and then I will get this underway. All right. So by the power vested in me by the state of San Andreas, I now call the court to order. Today's docket is the case of State versus White, docket number 0010.
Sorry, guys. I'm just
will
streaming
reflect
only the trial, just so
that
you guys can get
representing
the
the state,
perspective. But
yeah,
I'm
we
very,
have,
my voice is very gone.
Miss Bishop and Marvin, how do you pronounce your last name?
Adley, sir.
Adley. And in representation of the or of Mr. White, Mr. White is
Thank you
present
guys for the
currently
subs.
and
Really
being
appreciate it.
represented by both Miss Markov, is it?
Yep.
Yeah, yes, Your Honor.
And sorry, sir, you'll have to introduce yourself for the court.
Sorry, Chad. I was drinking tea.
Mr. of Spades.
Mr. of Spades. All right, very good. With that being said, I will ask the state to rise and indicate the charges that
I'm gonna get
Mr.
pooped on,
White
chat.
is, I suppose, appealing today, and what the state is seeking, generally not an opening statement, just merely a statement of what the state is bringing forward in this case today.
The state, Your Honor, is bringing forth charges of vehicular manslaughter ×1 in the incidents revolving around the robbery at 24/7 in Sandy Shores.
And that is the only charge that the state is attempting to uphold in this hearing today?
Yes, sir.
Oh, very good. Clearly, Mr. White, you were here because
Hey, what up, babe?
you
Oh, I'm gonna intentionally ruin
previously
this trial
presumably entered a non-guilty plea to this charge.
because I'm feeling like
and
it.
Your counsel and yourself wish to appeal it. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, both parties may sit.
No, I feel
Let me
fine,
get
but my voice is
paperwork
gone.
in order, and then I'll hear any pretrial motions before we get to opening statements.
No, I don't have COVID, just the flu.
Okay. So does any party at this time, and I'm allowed to state the first crack at the egg here, do you wish to present any pre-trial motions that the court has not already decided upon?
We do, sir. Let me get the form here, and I will send that to you shortly. Through,
You can just approach the bench and hand it to me.
of course, of course.
I will also have the record show, as this is one of the first hearings within the state of San Andreas under our new system, that even though this case is an appeal, in order to preserve the rights of the individual as guaranteed by the Constitution, the burden of proof still remains on the state at this time.
That is a
That is clearly
choice.
understood by both parties, and I believe that was understood.
That
before
I
we
guess
got
that's
here
an
today.
accurate
So that should be
description.
no
I don't know. I don't watch Star Wars. Yeah.
Here you are, Your Honor.
Thank you. Just give me a moment to glance over this.
Of course.
And then we'll go from there.
Yes, sir.
All right. You may present your motion, Mr. Alley.
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'm saying you may present your motion. Go ahead. You may rise and address
Oh,
the court.
yes. At this time, I would like to present this motion in Lamine to strike the psychology record from Miss Lipschitz based off of the items pertaining inside of the report itself, as outlined in the
You know how you get
format.
You know how you get like.
Would you
your
like me to
family
cover
name
each
comes from,
individual?
like professions, like
Please,
shoemakers?
you
How do you
may
think lip shits
paraphrase.
comes?
Okay.
Also, make
Is
sure
it someone?
that
Maybe they like
your
accidentally
opposing counsel
reported
has
some
a copy of this as well,
like the
please,
wrong
if they
news.
don't already. You can just file it in the
How do you
general
think they got rid of all the excess
docket.
manure back in the day?
And that should be
Oh, they
fine.
ate it.
Of course.
Belcher's not even my last name.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
Hasbro.
Howie Hasbro.
Yeah, changed my name, man.
Huh.
The warrants. Not
Okay,
here.
Your Honor. It's gonna be heading over shortly.
That's
Why are
you
they like
may-
this,
you may
chat?
continue
Why are they
to,
like this? Why?
You got family in Germany?
Present your motion.
Of course.
Oh no.
Oh, I thought it was.
For the
Hasbro.
first key point, we would like
Hasbro.
to
Hasbro.
state that the psychology
Hasbro.
report was not deposed properly. The records of the incidents given were not provided and gathered by proper subpoena. Like the majority of the defense called witnesses. Furthermore, the defendant does not list Ms. Lipschitz, the author of the psychology evaluation, as a witness to testify as to the authenticity. The prosecution will be unable to properly attest to anything presented by the psychology records provided, and they will not be able to be brought in as evidence. The second is discrepancies as to the validity of the psychology evaluation. as the report does state, word for word, I have not made a thorough evaluation in the case of William White, as he has not been a patient of mine before, even though we had discussed it previously. This at best shows that this report is based on hearsay. The second motion is, as states, even with this rushed evaluation, I am not able to give a full, honest, and precise evaluation, as it seems like this was an afterthought. This attests to the notion that the psychology assessment was done hurriedly and not under an honest pretense, as the doctor's own verbiage.
Mr. Adley, if you just cover the bolded topics, I think that will be more than sufficient. Don't worry about every single
Okay.
point on this.
And lastly, the psychological report is unable to be questioned in the courts. I was made aware that Ms. Lipschitz was not going to be present, and therefore, when this was
It's not really
put together,
not a big deal.
I had to
Didn't
treat
have
it as
much for
such.
us.
Mr. Offspades, do you have any response to this motion at this time?
We accept the motion.
Very well. No contest on the motion then from your side of the aisle?
Not at all.
All right, very well. Anything from this Miss Lipschitz, Dr. Lipschitz, or whatever she might be, shall be struck and deemed inadmissible at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else from the state?
No, not in the way of motions.
And from the appellant?
We do not have any motions, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I presume you.
Sorry,
both
I'm
have
just trying to
opening
avoid
statements prepared?
talking as much as possible. Please
Yes, sir.
forgive me.
Yes, sir.
All right. Very well. At this time, considering all pretrial motions have been ruled upon, whether in docket filings or at this time, just for the record, we will move on now to opening statements, and I will invite the state to take the floor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So what has been the gist so far?
Not they. They
Dear
wanted
esteemed
to-
peers, honorable justices, and many
I've
other
been
highly
downing
regarded members
everything I can
of
to
the
make it
city of
better,
Los
but it's just not
Santos.
working.
We are gathered here today to ascertain the guilt or innocence of Mr. William White. The prosecution knows that the burden requires beyond reasonable doubt on his guilt, and the prosecution today will meet and exceed this burden of proof. We ask that the court find justice for the one whom cannot be here today, whom cannot speak out as to what happened that fateful evening. I speak, of course, on Officer Jethro Gibbs. The prosecution has a right to be the voice of the voiceless, the man whom will not and cannot be heard today. For this, we will move to do what we can to give the victim the voice he deserves. Thank you for
Oh,
hearing us out
sorry
on
that it's
behalf
broken.
of
I'll
Jethro
fix it as
Gibbs
soon as I
and on
can.
behalf of the justice being asked for.
Very good. Mr. of Spades, you may proceed with your opening statement.
Got to.
You got it, Katya.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Come on, Emily.
There will be no outbursts, another outburst, and you will be removed from the courtroom.
Are you sure this is the statement you want? Never mind. Okay. Your Honor, esteemed audience, as we're gathered here today, let us embark on a journey where the strokes of truth shall reveal a masterpiece of innocence. Today we stand before you to defend Senior Officer William White, a decorated and esteemed member of the LSPD. Officer White has dedicated his life to serving and protecting the community, demonstrating unwavering commitment to upholding the law and maintaining order. However, we must challenge the prosecution's case against Officer White and shed light on the flaws and injustices that have led to this very courtroom. Sorry, I need to clear my throat.
Miss Markov, are you well enough to be?
No, not really, but Mr. Ace of Spades didn't want to do this himself, so here we are.
All right. Well, there is no obligation from the court for you to be here. So if you need to excuse yourself due to health, that is perfectly okay.
Nope, I'm doing great. We aim to expose the weaknesses in the evidence presented by the prosecution and to instill reasonable doubt in the charges leveled against our client. Just like an artist whose brushstrokes fail to create coherent image, the prosecution will attempt to paint a vivid narrative, yet we will reveal the brushstrokes of doubt within their canvas. We will unveil the cracks of their storytelling, showing you that there is much more to this tragic incident than meets the eye. Your Honor, this trial is a tale of an unforeseen tragedy where Officer White found himself in an unfortunate and unavoidable situation. The prosecution may try to place the blame squarely on Officer White's shoulders, but we will demonstrate that the alleged victim's unfortunate passing resulted from factors beyond Officer White's control. Thank you.
Very good.
I'm not continuing the rest of it because he wrote it and it's so long. It is like so
all right.
unbelievably long and unnecessarily long that I'm cutting it.
The evidentiary phase of our hearing.
There's literally like 4 more paragraphs, chat. I'm not reading that.
As mentioned, other than the items of evidence that have been previously struck, we do have quite a healthy amount of exhibits that have been entered into evidence at this point.
Why is it so
I would invite at this time
Didn't you finish
state
it? It gets
to come
better.
forward, and
I'm not gonna
may-
finish it.
I'm
It's
gonna
like
give you some
20
leeway here. You
paragraphs.
may either call a piece of evidence that you wish to examine in
Well,
front of
it's
the court,
good.
or
The
you
judge even said very
may
good.
call a witness that you wish
Ace.
to examine.
Please.
Oh,
You can
It was
focus
too
on,
much, chat.
redirect questions
First and
answer the
foremost, Your Honor, we would
objections
like to call
so I can
into
speak.
Focus Exhibit A, which is a sworn statement by Mr. William White
God damn it.
pertaining to
Thank
the
you for the
events and taken the day of the incident.
Very good. Just to clarify for the court, this
What are you doing, Will?
statement, statement report 885, I think you have it titled here. This was written by Mr. White, or was this a
No,
transcription
no.
of a
This was a transcription from myself as I was
Thank you. I
brought down
really
to the
appreciate it, guys.
police station
You don't have to do
by
that, but
one
I
of the
appreciate
witnesses
it.
that we have
Thank
called
you
as
guys
well.
for the
I
subs.
was just
Thank you.
putting that out
Thank
there for
you.
the court.
Stop. I'm
all
too
right,
sick for thanking you.
Was
Very
that
good.
one when you were Red
Would
Garrity or
you-
Mr. White?
I want to try to
Thank you,
make this
guys.
concise. I'm obviously the audio or the gallery here is
Yeah, it's
not
really unfortunate.
purview
I got
to the
sick at a
contents
really,
of this.
really bad
But if you
time.
can make it
Thank you, guys.
quick and concise, I'm going to allow you to read this document for the court and then begin to present your arguments in favor thereof. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Go ahead.
excuse me. Hey, Ducat, nice.
Oh, thanks. I was going to have a mental breakdown and be really dramatic about it, but I actually decided that might be too much.
Okay, so this is the official statement taken by myself. I'm Marvin Adley, Assistant District Attorney, hereby state this document and statement to be factual and truthful, based off the witness's best recollection on under
Wow, he
penalty of
left
perjury
already.
and or evidence tampering. The subject was Mirandized and read Garrity rights before any questions or statements were taken.
Your Honor?
Please, no more fire. I don't want any more fire. No more fire. Oh my God,
My
I'm
client
sorry.
reports that he was not read his Garrity rights.
We can go directly to calling witnesses, Your Honor, depending on what you wish to do.
Well, I was going to have you examine the document and present any kind
Yeah,
of
I know.
specific
I'm surprised he made it through.
Right now,
Okay.
there's
Just
been an objection
waiting.
raised
But
regarding
it's okay. The other two love interests are still
the
here.
validity of this by Mr. of Spades regarding
Good
the
morning
area.
to you.
At this time,
You just did that when I was
I
coughing
believe
really hard.
I can
Wow.
correct
Thank you
it,
so much for the 20 gifted subs.
that
Oh my god,
the
my throat.
Attorney General's office
Guys, I can't
has any
thank.
kind of
I don't have a voice.
employee
Why are you doing this to me?
relationship or employee
Thank you guys.
relationship with
I really,
the police department.
I really appreciate. It's actually just getting worse.
Clarification on that?
I can't sound nice or it's just gonna get worse. Thank you very much for the
No,
gifted
you're not, sir.
subs. There we go, nailed it. If I try to sound nice and I don't sound
We have
rude,
many
then I lose my
officers
voice.
within the police department here,
Thank you.
in the gallery who
Thank you
have
for the
the
prime.
highest
There we
rank.
go. I'm nailing it.
believe that'll be Joe Marino.
Mr. Marino, would you please approach the
You're doing
God.
great. The RP is awesome.
Thank you for the 1,000 bits. I'm doing a very good job. Very manly. Oh,
you can
Oh.
just hop over
Well.
the barrier if you
Alright.
need to.
Alright.
All right, Mr. Marino.
Your
no,
Honor,
no,
I'm also a captain. We are the
Yeah,
same rank if you need anything.
Yeah.
Okay, I just need one of you. You can just come
All right.
approach the bench.
Okay.
Just come stand in front of me.
what is happening right now? They're like struggling
Whichever one.
really
It's
hard.
fine. Just need
We
one.
can,
Oh, both of you.
we
Okay.
got we get both.
It's fine. All right. So you're both captains within the police
Yeah.
department.
Correct.
All right. Is there any relationship that the Attorney General has to make? Do they have any like employee relationship with members of the police department?
Negative.
All right. So let the record show that the court has counseled, say, high-ranking members of the police department as reference. The objection is going to be overruled. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yep.
Carry on, Mr. Adley.
Yes, sir. Officer William White,
Why did he
it was
overrule?
transcribed that his badge at the time was 209. The deferred charges were pending this trial via captain decision, vehicular manslaughter. The report states over the radio there was a call that the 24/7 in Sandy Shores was being robbed. White responded to it and said that he was en route to the location. Jethro Gibbs responded saying he was en route as well. White arrived first. He took the freeway, being the faster route. White did not see any individuals, stated there is a history of hitting and fleeing. White would then code 6, which means investigating the area, to see if any vehicle was fleeing. While investigating, White heard Gibbs stating he arrived. Roughly 20 seconds later, White stated over radio that the situation itself was code 4 or clear and was going back 10-8 in service. Gibbs asked if he cleared the store. White stated he did not. Gibbs stated he would clear it. Gibbs stepped out of the vehicle, losing comms. White stated over the radio to wait until he arrived as he was 76 en route for backup. Could not respond as he was out of the vehicle, was en route back to the store at high speeds. On the record, Mr. White stated that the vehicle was not repaired after a previous chase. White's own admittance says he lost control of the vehicle and slid into Jethro Gibbs, striking him with the front of the vehicle. White then stated Gibbs was running to the store, and it did not help that Gibbs was mobile, as was White's car.
Chat, this is like half the server here right now. I'm so fucking stressed out.
After
We're
Mr.
gonna
Gibbs was
lose.
struck, White exited the vehicle to check on Mr. Gibbs. Blood was exiting the victim's ears, and he provided first aid as best as he could. White felt his vitals were faint, continued until he felt a weak pulse. He then radioed to EMS to get to the location as there was an officer down, provided basic first aid until EMS arrived. Captain Jennifer Morrison provided EMS trained attendance to Officer Gibb. Gibbs. All on scene went immediately to Pillbox Medical. Jethro Gibbs was taken back and worked on. The doctors attended to him. White awaited word and after 5 minutes was pulled into a back room. White was then told that Jethro Gibbs was deceased. White passed out and lost consciousness and he awoke in the ER beds. White then stated he had a bruise on his head. He was told he was dehydrated.
Chat,
needed
if I
food.
was
He
feeling
might have been on duty
okay
so
and I had
long
my
that he was
voice,
not 100%.
you guys would not believe how good that opening statement was going to be.
White
I
bumped
practiced
into
it before I lost
Officer
my voice,
Cassie Locke,
and it was
attempted
so
to
fucking
notify
good.
the highest
Like,
ranking
not to
officer
toot
on
my own
duty.
horn, but
White
I would
then found
have
out
nailed that
Dan
shit, and they would have
Marino,
let him off just on that.
Officer
I'm just saying.
Dan Marino was on his
I'm
way
just
to
saying.
the hospital due
I'm
to a
just saying.
stab wound.
But I'm sick,
While there,
so
he
here I am.
requested to see the body. White tried to find closure and apologized. White then got into contact with Danny Marino. All returned to Davis PD. Sergeant Danny Marino asked White if he should read him his rights. White then replied with, "Am I being charged with a crime?" To which Dan Marino responded with,
Chat,
"I
you know,
don't know yet."
sometimes God
Dan
has
Marino
to nerf
said
you
perhaps
in
they should
real
wait
life
until they returned
so
to
that you're
PD as
not
both were in shock.
as cool.
White
okay?
asked if Marino was going to interrogate him, and Dan Marino stated
sometimes-
he did not know at this time.
Sometimes
White
you
was
have
then
to be nerfed in
Mirandized.
real life.
Carry on, Mr.
Quickly,
Adley. I'm just moving forward. Apparently, I'm guessing some people in the back can't hear me. I'll just
okay.
rule from in front of the bench. We'll just mix things up a little bit. Carry on.
Okay, certainly. White stated he was Mirandized quickly, but he understood the Miranda warning.
What
White
did
stated
Moses
he
say?
did speak with Dr.
What did
Richards,
Moses say?
And
Tell me!
she was able to help him calm down and process what happened. White said he then gave official statement to the PD on duty. He was not provided garrity rights at that time. Those interrogating him did not say anything directly, but he did feel as though they wanted him gone. White believes he poses. This was also on record that Mr. White believes he poses a threat to the Marinos and or Captain Harper regarding a chief of police position.
Well, I
he
am
did
kind of the
stated
best,
that
aren't I am kind
also
of
as
the
well
best.
that Captain Riggs does not take sides, was rational, and thought about things properly, and that was be his next contact. Did not show favoritism, would tell him when wrong and praised him when right. State that he never intended to hurt or harm anyone, even criminals, has a level-minded manner with professionalism, can be asked for help when needed.
Because he can't
Mr.
defend
Adley,
himself
just
here.
to clarify
Got
for the
him.
record of the court, this is effectively a series of statements that you took from Mr. White at the time
Yes, sir.
after the incident occurred when he had already been subject to his Miranda rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good.
I both Mirandized him and read him as garrity at that time before taking any of the statement.
I know the title of your document says that. I just want to confirm that
Of course,
is
sir.
the case. All right. Very good. At this time, I will allow us to move on unless there are any further objections to this exhibit from the appellant side of things. We will move on.
No objections.
All right. Very good. All right. You may feel free to examine or call forward your next
Well,
piece
thank
of
you for
evidence to be
coming in
examined
and
by the
watching,
witness.
and I hope I feel better soon as well.
Okay. Exhibit B
Mostly so
would
I can
be
speak.
a recorded audio session that took place, I believe, roughly 3 days after the incident in question. It was present with Mr. White, his counsel, I believe Miss Katya Markov, and the Attorney General, Mr. Salvatore Greco. The
Thank you so
piece
much for
of
the sub.
evidence is
Appreciate
in,
it.
You want to excuse yourself?
the docket
to go
filing
to
as
the
well.
toilet or something?
Yes, I've received a tape.
Yes, sir.
Just for the sake of the
You look
court,
very sad.
again, people in the gallery are not privy to this, and I want to make sure that the information is out there and it is discussed. Please just briefly summarize the key points that are deriving from this exhibit.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Essentially, it could be summed up in one statement that Mr. White On the record
just gonna
again, he
glare
did
at him.
state that he was responsible for striking and ultimately
so funny.
killing Mr. Jethro Gibbs. On
They
record
did
as well.
not give me a chair. Damn. Pieces of shit. Ace should be letting me sit down.
Very good. I'm going to give the appellant side of things an opportunity to pose any objections, motions, etc. at this time in relation to this piece of evidence.
We have no objections to this piece of evidence.
Very good. All right.
No, he
carry
did
on,
not
Mr. Adley.
offer. He just told me to go out and throw up in the toilet if I
The
need to
rest
stop.
would be photos for reference that aren't really pertinent at this time. However, they were still submitted. Give me one moment to look over my paperwork, if you would, Your Honor. Okay. Next up for Exhibit G, we have the autopsy of Mr. Officer Jethro Gibbs. This was completed by medical examiner Gilbert Brown and released as part of this case, sir.
Very good. I'm just going to pull that document forward. Give me a moment.
Of course.
It was just like a notepad.
I should do that. Open up the dictionary, page titled chivalry.
Hmm?
Give me your seat. God damn it.
Continue. Mr. Adley, you may present merely.
Chat, do you guys want to see the wedding
unless
invites
there's
for
any,
me and Ron?
Key factors
There's
of
2
this
different
exhibit
ones.
that you want the court to directly hear at this time.
Okay. So the main points
let me
of
grab 'em.
this is the noted damage to the head.
1,
There was a cut on the back of the head initially.
2.
The eardrum was busted on the right side, cuts to the head from surgery to attempt to relieve brain swelling. Right side of skull fractured, and the main point is there was yellow paint on the outside of the head.
So the first one is this
now,
one.
upon the pictures that I took that have already been submitted as
All
evidence,
of these
there
buildings
is
are
yellow
Russian
pylons in
buildings.
front of the store in question where the incident took place. That would match the same pigment and otherwise for this yellow, the paint that was found on Mr. Jethro Gibbs.
Also, this is like a Russian flag, but it's not out.
Very good.
It's not out in 1985,
Is
so
this
no one would
all
recognize
your
it.
examination of this exhibit at this time?
And then
yes,
this
sir.
is the other one.
Just gonna look over to the appellant bench.
No objections.
Very good. Carry on.
What do you think, chat? Too obvious? Is it too?
Mr. Adley.
Is it too obvious?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I was pulling up the next report here. We have Exhibit H. It is a statement from the first responder. Basically, the debrief gives what was found on scene, as they were the only other individual on scene at the original incident.
Very good. Again, just for the sake of brevity here, please feel free to just highlight the key points that you wish the court to take
I feel like
most deeply into consideration.
Ace
Of
just
course.
doesn't. He doesn't object to anything.
As it states in the debrief, the patient was unconscious when brought in by EMS.
Like
the
he
report
could
of a motor vehicle accident as
just
reported.
object to at
Patient
least
was rushed to the operating
try.
room and prepared for surgery.
But we're just
IV
sitting here, just
fluids,
letting everything happen.
0 negative blood was given. O2 was given. Bleeding from the head was reduced, and a brain scan was done. Quarter-sized dark shadow on right hemisphere. Hair was shaved, and small incision made to relieve swelling. This correlates with the autopsy report. Small piece of skull removed to suction blood. Patient was flatlined. Adrenaline was administered and defibrillator used. 3 attempts were made to resuscitate before administering additional adrenaline. 2 more attempts to resuscitate were performed before calling time of death, according to the report.
Very good. I'm looking over to Mr. Spades.
No objections, Your Honor.
Very good. Mr. Adley, you may continue.
Yes, sir. That will be all the evidence that the state would present at this time.
Look, Ace said that
Very good.
we
Just
had
to
it
be
in the
clear, there is
bag,
no
and he was
desire to
so confident
have
with
any
it,
witness
and I'm
examined
just here,
on the stand
okay?
today from the state.
Oh, I was under the impression we would
Also,
just
to be
present
fair,
with,
I
evidence.
kind of
first.
got added to this
Yes, we have subpoenas for
without realizing
Mr.
that I did
Sergeant
ahead of
Daniel
time,
Marino,
and then just kind of have been
Senior
going with it
Officer
since then.
Giovanni Gallo, and Captain Jennifer Morrison.
And of those 3 individuals, are
Also,
they all
Ace
present?
was asleep until
Yes, sir.
probably
All right, which one are you
5
planning to
minutes
call
before the
first?
trial started.
We
He
would like to
literally
call
physically
Sergeant Daniel
woke up
Marino
out of bed
first.
5 minutes before
Would
this.
bailiff
So
please step forward, swear him in?
that's where we're at. That's what's happening.
He can, because we have rearranged the courtroom slightly, he can stand
10
at
out
the
of 10.
podium and be examined from there.
From the front, sir, right here.
Yeah, he
I'm
can.
not getting paid
he's
at
just
all for this.
stand right here.
Alrighty, Mr. Marino. Go ahead and raise your left arm for me. Do you swear that the testimony
Is that
you are
the
about to
ugly
give is the
Marino? I
truth, the
think
whole
it is.
truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Hello.
Your Honor,
Yeah, it
the witness
is.
has been sworn in.
Thank you very much. Mr.
I do.
Adley, you may come around
Okay.
from your bench so that you may face the. Yeah, that's fine.
Chad, did you know that one of my favorite things about
Just
this
before
server,
we go any further,
like one of the things
let
that
me
makes
make
no sense but is also
a-
hilarious to
let me give
me,
a warning.
is it's
Both
set
benches.
in
I do not
1985,
want to
but for
hear
some reason,
narrative questions.
90%
Please
of the
ask direct
population on
questions.
this server are all from
No narrative.
Boston. And they have like
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
like Boston accents and like New York accents. Like 90% of the server is just Italians, and I'm sitting here like it's 1985, not 1950. What the fuck time
Okay,
period are we
Mr.
living in?
Marino, could you?
It's so funny. It's like they were like, in the past. Oh my god, in the past, the mafia was such a big thing.
Daniel Vincenzo Marino, page number 213, sergeant at LSPD.
Thank you, sir. When did you first hear of the situation involving Mr. White and Mr. Gibbs?
I had been
The 80s,
in recovery from
Italians,
a surgery
everywhere.
when,
Mob bosses,
I believe it was
everywhere.
Officer Buddy
Tommy
Cobb
guns,
approached me
everywhere.
and let me know
Italian.
of the passing of Gibbs.
Perfect. Were you already at the hospital at this time?
I was, yes.
Hey,
Okay, what
chat.
were you there for?
For a
How many
scan
of you guys were born in the late
to get
1900s?
that
Just
cleaned
for
up,
reference.
and I had a bit of a punctured lung as well.
Okay. Did you speak to Mr. White at this time?
Not at this time. I was still collecting myself, and I went and visited with Officer Gibbs, say my goodbyes, before I approached Mr. White.
Okay. And when you first approached Mr. White, what was the first stated, if anything?
I had approached when he was already talking.
So what was it
to
like?
Senior Officer
Like the
Gallo.
80s, where you surrounded by Italians?
He was already
just drowning in them. Every other person you
just
spoke
kind of
to was an
excitedly
Italian.
going through what had happened, just talking through it. When I kind of just started to listen and waited for my chance to kind of take control of the situation.
Of course. Mr. Marino, are you aware of what excited utterance is?
Yes.
Okay. In your knowledge, is excited utterance covered under Miranda and or Garrity?
It is not.
Do you believe this to be substantially and fairly long enough, or fairly soon after, to be covered as an excited utterance?
I do.
Okay. would you consider striking another vehicle, striking another person with a vehicle as a stressful occurrence?
Yes, sir.
I'm walking here. I'm
What
walking
was Mr.
here.
White's demeanor when you were speaking with him?
He seemed frantic. Didn't seem to be in any stage of trauma or shock, but just frantic.
Okay. When speaking with Mr. White, did he bring up Captain Lionel Riggs at all?
Yes, he had requested that we get Captain Lionel Riggs for him.
Okay. What was said regarding the situation in bringing up Captain Riggs?
That he could help figure this all out.
Okay. My last question, sir. Did Mr.
We're not
William
even gonna object
admit to
anything, are we?
as,
When we were
fairly soon
practicing,
after the
every
events
question
he,
that I
in
asked,
fact,
Ace
was the one that
objected to.
struck
Literally
and finally,
everything I said
killed Mr.
was an
Jacob
objection.
Gibbs?
And I was like, okay, good,
yes,
he'll
sir.
know how to object. And he's sitting here not objecting to the obvious
He
shit.
has no further questions.
What am I doing? I'm not gonna do it. I'm just saying I'm
Very
not
good.
gonna
I will,
object
open the
because
floor
that
for
is not my job.
cross-examination.
My job was to do the opening and closing statements so he can suck butthole.
Mr. Marino. When Mr. White was speaking with you, did he seem in a state of distress or excitement?
Objection asked and answered.
I'll let him answer it again. Go ahead.
I would say that he was frantic. He was he had all of his senses about him. He was able to recollect the story at that time. It was the same that matched up with the statements given later at the hospital or at the police station. So I believed him to just be a little bit frantic. I wouldn't put it any other way.
I'm taking this chair. Fuck you.
And
Fuck
at the
you, Ace.
time,
This is
were you
my chair
directly
now, bitch.
asking him questions?
Mine.
When I was
Fuck you,
observing
Ace.
him at first, I was not asking any questions. I was just listening.
Does that indicate that you were asking him questions later?
Correct. After I had read him his Miranda rights.
And why was he not read his Garrity rights?
There,
given that he
there,
was a government
buddy.
employee?
You know, due to my lack of experience as an officer and the fact, you know, it was never in any SOPs that we had been given. I had nothing in my training that told me to do so.
And could you please restate your rank in the police department for the court?
Sergeant.
Defense has no further questions, Your Honor.
Is there any intent to re-examine Ms. Bishop? I see you approaching.
Yes, Your Honor. You.
Please go right ahead.
Thank you. One second here. Okay, so why did you read Mr. White his Miranda rights?
After hearing him go through the story outside of the hospital, I believed that it had turned into a criminal investigation at that point.
So you believed he had committed a crime?
Correct.
Okay. One second here, I'm just writing things down. Actually, I have nothing further unless Adley, you have something.
I do not know.
Okay. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Just to clarify for the court, from the state.
No, he hasn't
Has
objected to anything.
the contents of the interview conducted by Mr. Marino here been entered into evidence?
That would be a part of the incident report, so that was handed over as well. So I would say yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for that clarification.
Of course.
Are there any other questions for the witness?
The state has none, Your Honor.
Recross?
We have no questions.
Mr. Marino, you may be dismissed. I would ask that you remain in the courtroom. I'm sure you will, but in case any further clarification is needed of you, I'm just going to ask you to remain. If you do need to leave, please just approach a bailiff, and they can bring that forward to me. And if there's no further need for you, you can be dismissed. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Carry on, Mr. Adley.
Okay. The state would like to call Senior Officer Giovanni Gallo.
Mr. Gallo's present.
Yes, sir.
Very good. He may approach and be sworn in.
The hips are too wide.
Mr. Gallo, go ahead and please raise your left arm for me. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
The witness has been sworn in, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
All right, Mr. Gallo. Can you state your
Chat.
name, official title, and badge number for the court?
Giovanni Gallo, a senior officer at the LSPD, badge number 282.
Thank you, sir. So when did you first speak with Mr. White regarding the incident in question?
When we were called to the hospital by the doctor. She went over the radio and called us all down to the hospital.
Okay. When you finally got into contact with Mr. White, did he appear stressed or concerned, worried at all?
Concerned, yeah, I would say he
Not
was
gonna lie.
shocked.
Same feeling.
And,
I have the same exact feeling.
irritated.
I begged him to do it, chat. I was like, please, can you
What
do
did
the
Mr.
statements because
White
I
first
can't
state as
do
best
them.
You can remember.
And he was like, I'm
He
too
was-
tired.
we were
Bitch,
outside,
I'm sick.
Waited for everyone to show, like, all the officers on duty to show up, and then he just started explaining to them what all happened. There was probably
Okay.
about 4 of us there.
Okay, perfect. How soon after the events at Sandy would you say this discussion took place?
I'm unable to answer that as I was not on duty at the time that the robbery happened in Sandy.
Okay, it's not a problem. During this discussion, did Mr. White say anything regarding his involvement?
There
with
was no
the,
war in
incident?
Sandy Shore.
Yeah, he
I don't know what you're
told us,
talking about.
the events that happened, from the start of the robbery to him being at the hospital.
Okay. And at any time did he say that he was the one that struck Mr. Jethro Gibbs?
He did, yes.
State has no further questions.
I actually have some questions. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Miss
I have
Bates.
no further question.
Go ahead, Ms. Bishop.
Okay. You stated that he seemed irritated. What did you mean by that?
He kept saying that, like over and over, that this was gonna screw up his chances of becoming chief, and that he was screwed. Pardon me, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
You're fine.
objection.
But on what grounds?
Holy fuck, was that an
Relevance.
objection? Oh my god. Did I hear an
Already been answered,
objection?
And I don't see how it's not relevant. It's within the scope.
Like it was the wrong one?
Overruled. Carry on.
But did he say object? Whoa.
Okay.
Chat.
So you said that he stated something about his. Oh, hold on. I got that
No
dog in
pets
me. Hold
allowed
on.
in the courtroom. Put your pets away. Thank you.
It's over here. I think it's the Chief Justice's dog. It's just barking behind the door over here.
Okay, so he stated something about it screwing up his chances of getting chief of police. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, was that an odd statement to you?
After killing a fellow officer, I would say so. Yes.
No further questions.
Mr. of Spades.
I don't remember me saying that.
Mr. Garlow. Were you asking Mr. White questions during him speaking?
I was not. No.
And did you witness Mr. White have his Garrity rights read to him?
I did not know.
And what was your rank within the LSPD at the time of the incident?
I was a solo cadet.
And what was the volume of emergency calls on the night in question?
At the night in question, I would say they were pretty. It was pretty low at the time when I clocked on duty.
Were you aware of any concerns raised by Mr. White regarding the condition of his vehicle prior to the incident?
I was, yes.
We have no further questions for this witness.
Any redirect?
Actually, can I get the answer to that last question again? I did not hear it.
We do have Jack as our court reporter currently.
Jack,
do you have the answer to that last question?
Say it one more time, sorry.
The last question that was posed and answered, do you have a record of that?
Yeah, can they ask and answer again?
No. I was asking if you had record of it.
Jack, you're supposed to be writing the answer.
I do not. I'm doing it. No, I did not get that last answer. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Mr. Adley, would you please restate your last question and would you please re-answer the question?
Is Mr. Spades?
Mr. Spades, yes.
Question withdrawn, Your Honor.
It's already been asked, so re-ask the question.
What was the final question?
Yes. What was the last question you just asked him? I'm being pretty straightforward here. What was the last question you just asked this witness?
Was the incident on a night with particularly busy?
That was not the last
of
question
calls?
you asked.
Okay, the last question, Your Honor,
What
was
was it
were you
pertaining
aware of any concerns raised by Mr. Wright regarding his vehicle? I wrote that down. I just did not get the answer. Since no one
Go
else
ahead.
is writing anything down, no typewriter over
Mr.
there.
Gallo.
Yes. I was.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Mr. Spades, this is going to be a warning to you in the future.
Oh
Not
my
to listen to
god.
You know exactly what you asked the last question. You attempted to withdraw it, and then you try to answer ask a different question when asked.
Going to the
You understand?
doghouse.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Are there any other further questions for this witness?
He's
Adley,
fucked.
do you have
He's
some? I
fucked
do.
us so hard.
I would like to redirect based off of the opening scope.
Proceed.
You stated that the night in question was not particularly busy. Was it busy enough to where somebody can get their
Thank you so
vehicle
much for the sub. I
repaired
really appreciate it.
in a
I'm so
timely manner
upsetty.
to not affect the next call?
I cannot answer as, like I said, I came on duty and I was on duty for about 15 minutes before getting called to the hospital. In that time, there was no calls on the board.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Thank you.
Go
I
ahead, Ms. Bishop,
appreciate it
sorry.
a lot.
Thank you. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. You answered yes to that question that I had asked about. What were the concerns raised by Mr. White regarding his vehicle?
He stated that his vehicle wasn't 100% due to a pursuit that he was in earlier in the shift.
Prior to the robbery?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no further questions.
So recross.
Just a couple of questions. When responding to an emergency call, do you typically stop to repair your
Don't
vehicle?
talk about Greco's legs. He's really
Not while
self-conscious
responding,
about
no.
them.
And did you come on duty before or after the incident?
He came on duty after the store robbery, but I was there at the hospital when we were called.
So would you be able to testify to how busy the calls were before you came on duty?
As I told them, I was not able to answer that question.
Thank you.
Redirect.
I have none, Your Honor.
I have none, Your Honor.
This is so fucked. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. I really
Very good.
appreciate it.
Mr. Gallo.
Oh God, this is
you
a fucking
are
dumpster
to
fire.
leave the stand. Again, you can remain in the courtroom. If you must go, please approach their bailiff. Have them approach me. You'll likely be dismissed, but just in case any further clarification is needed. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Mr. Adley.
The state would call Captain Jennifer Morrison.
Miss Morrison, please raise your left arm. Do you swear that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Please speak loud enough, Miss Morrison, for the entire courtroom to hear you as well.
Yes, sir.
Witness has been sworn in. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Morrison, can you state your name, occupation for the court, please?
Jennifer N. Morrison, captain of the LSMD. Badge number Echo 269.
Thank you, ma'am. When did you first receive a call relating to the events at the 24/7 in Sandy?
I don't know the exact time.
Just a rough estimate, if you can.
I wake up at different times than you.
Okay.
No,
not a
it
problem,
was
not a problem.
actually already the 20th for me.
Okay, that's fair enough. How long did it take you to respond to this call?
I was busy with another call finishing that up, so it took me 5 minutes to arrive in Sandy.
Okay, perfect. Who was on scene when you arrived at the store in question?
It was William White and Jethro Gibbs.
Okay. What was the medical status of Mr. Gibbs upon arrival?
He was conscious, however, in a state of fading in and out, moaning, bleeding out of his ears.
Okay. What was the noticed demeanor of Officer White as you, treated Mr. Gibbs? Did you notice anything about the situation?
Yeah, he was very frantic, distraught, devastated as well, shattered.
Okay. Was anything stated upon arrival by Mr. White?
Yes, sir. He mentioned that it was an accident. He didn't see him, and that it was an accident.
Okay. So would you say that even, in an accident situation, He did say that he struck Mr. Gibbs.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have no further questions.
How did I?
Proceed with your cross.
Mrs. Morrison, given that you stated you already had another call, was the particular night in question a busy night?
Yes, it was very busy for us.
And as an EMS professional, can you describe the typical challenges and pressures faced by first responders in high stress situations?
Objection, scope.
Your Honor, we're looking at the stresses faced by Mr. White.
Well, Mr. White's in the room. You can ask him those questions yourself. I'm going to sustain the objection.
Okay,
Carry on.
we'll withdraw the question. When you arrived at the scene, what was the condition of Jethro Gibbs? Sorry, that's been asked.
Jethro.
Withdrawn.
Okay.
Did his injuries appear to be immediately life-threatening?
It is hard to say. When someone is bleeding out of the ear, it's obviously code red for us, which means stabilize and transport as soon as possible to the hospital for further inspection.
And what was Mr. White doing when you arrived on scene?
He was running around frantically, telling me, please help him. Please don't let him die. Yeah.
Did he seem to genuinely care about Mr. Gibbs?
Absolutely.
And was there any signs of first aid that had already been applied to Mr. Gibbs?
I did not see any.
And can you explain the steps that you took to provide medical assistance to Mr. Gibbs?
Yes, sir. So I applied a C-collar first. And as soon as I saw that he was bleeding out of his ears, I was stabilizing his head. I gave him an IV saline and put him on a stretcher, secured him very much, secured his head specifically, and then got him to the hospital.
And did Mr. White at any time display any signs of disregard for the safety and well-being of Mr. Gibbs?
No.
And were there any indications at the incident? Sorry, I messed up my notes. Was there any indications that this incident was anything but a tragic accident?
Objection. Opinion of a layperson.
Sorry, restate the objection.
Opinion of a layperson. I don't think that she would have knowledge of that, investigative wise.
I'm just talking about medically. Any sort of foul play.
Before answering the question, can you please restate the question just for my own clarification?
My question was, were there any indications that the collision was anything but a tragic accident?
The objection sustained. Just to clarify, Miss Morrison here has not been established as any kind of expert witness as to the ability to evaluate a, as you put it, accident or traffic collision, etc. So her opinion will not be counted. Please proceed with another question.
Is it common for accidents to occur during emergency response situations?
Objection. Opinion of a layperson.
She's a captain at the. She's a captain at the EMS.
She is your
She can
witness, and you have brought her forward as per her role. I'm going to allow the question, but it better have some kind of substantive backing to it, or else just make sure that this is going down some kind of proper path to provide some kind of material evidence to this court.
Thank you, Your Honor. I understand.
Can you specify what you mean with that exactly?
Do traffic collisions occur between emergency vehicles and civilians?
Like civilians on foot?
Yes.
Rarely. Most are traffic collisions between vehicles.
And were there any external factors or circumstances, such as poor visibility, that may have contributed to the accident on the
Negative.
night?
It was a clear night.
And what was the road conditions?
Road conditions were good. It didn't rain. It was just a normal day in Sandy.
Did Officer White promptly notify EMS about the situation and request medical assistance?
I would not be able to answer that since I don't know when the accident happened. I just know when he called us and hailed us over the radio.
And during surgery, does draining a brain bleed have potential mortality?
I cannot answer that question since I am not a doctor.
Apologies.
No worries.
No further questions.
Redirect.
I do not have any questions.
Give me a moment, Your Honor, if you would.
Sorry, chat. Sorry. Yep. This is going real well.
Just 1 second. Sorry, I'm just.
He's just handing them. He's handing them the win on a silver platter. Can I object to my own attorney?
Captain Morrison. Did you expect the victim to survive when you saw him on scene?
It's a 50-50 chance.
Did the accident look bad enough for it to be fatal?
Not externally, but
Imagine
bleeding.
he
out of the
actually
ears
could
and
use
a
these
good friend,
questions
so this is why
to
I
become a
expedited
prosecutor because
everything.
he's doing their job for them.
Okay, and
at
why is
this
that not a
point.
good sign?
Great job. Good job. 10
Because
out of 10.
injuries with the brain are, if not fatal, at least there will be repercussions as, brain damage or anything like that.
Is ear bleeding a very confident sign of brain damage?
No, it can mean that the eardrum is ruptured, but it can also mean that you have a base skull fracture. So there needs to be more examination done with an MRI or X-ray.
Okay, no further questions. Thank you.
Recross.
No questions from the defense, Your Honor.
Thank you, Captain. Again, same to the other witnesses. Please remain in the courtroom if you do need to leave.
Mhm.
Please approach the radio. Mr. Adley.
The state has no further witnesses subpoenaed.
Very good. Is there any other evidence, witnesses, etc., that the state wishes to present at this stage in our hearing?
I cannot speak for any. Ms. Bishop,
I'm sorry?
is there any other evidence or witnesses called?
Nope.
Okay. State has no further.
Very well. We will pass the torch over then to the appellant and their legal counsel.
State wishes to call expert witness Captain Enzo Valentino.
All right. And just for clarification, what expert opinion is he providing?
Everything.
Policing vehicles and protocols.
If he only knew, right, Enzo?
I didn't. To be fair, I had no idea I was doing this today, but okay.
He's an expert.
Wasn't informed at all.
He's a
Mr. Valentino, please speak loud into the microphone.
Sure.
And please raise your left arm for me.
Just a second, sorry.
Alrighty. Do you swear?
Chad, I
that
like
the testimony
partially
you are
feel
about to give
bad
is the truth, the whole
because
truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yeah,
I feel like I should have been more
Witness has
aggressive
been sworn
with
in, Your Honor.
Ace 2.
Thank you. Please proceed with your direct examination.
Because I told him we needed to not go to trial.
Captain Valentino, could you
With
please state
I
your
told him we
full
needed to
name,
not go to
rank,
trial
and badge
with
number?
Ace Bishop's
Sure.
case and with this one. I
Enzo
said if we go to
Valentino,
trial,
captain
we
of
will
the
get
LSPD.
fucked.
208.
Especially
And can
after
you
White made his
establish your
statement to the
expertise
Attorney
in
General.
evaluating and
I said if
assessing
we
the
don't,
quality and
if we
performance of
take this
police vehicles?
stuff to trial, we're not gonna
I believe
succeed.
so,
We're gonna
yes, I've driven
struggle.
them enough.
And he was like, he really wanted a trial.
How long have
I'm
you
glad
been in
that
law
Penta
enforcement?
kicked him off the team for his case because then I was actually able to get a plea deal. And this one I probably should have pushed
Sorry, can you
harder as
repeat
well.
that?
I should have
Was
told
years?
White to probably get rid
Almost
of him
10
as well.
years. Ma'am, sorry.
Thank you. That's okay.
Because
Are
Greco
you familiar
offered
with the specific make and
offered
model
working out a
of the
plea deal,
vehicle
and
driven by
I
Officer White during the incident
tried to
in
tell
question?
Ace, and he really wanted a
I don't
trial,
know.
and he
The
really
details of
was
the
super
case
confident that he
kind
could
of,
win it.
Not of privy to
But
me
I
at this
really, I
moment.
probably should have just.
Do all police drive
don't
the
know.
same vehicle or different vehicles?
We have a few different vehicles. We have the Diplomat, the Plymouth, and the Charger.
Like, I want to, in an ideal
And in
world,
your
avoid
professional
trial as
experience,
much as
what factors
possible when
can
90%
contribute to
of
the
the
loss of
evidence is
control of a
stacked
police vehicle during an
against the
emergency
person
response
I'm
situation?
representing.
Road conditions. I don't know,
But
just general performance of the vehicle, the axle.
it is what it is. Like, a
sobriety
disaster
levels,
is fun
negligence.
for RP. And yeah,
List goes on. I can't really get over all of them.
like, it's fine to watch because
And
we can
you
all
comment
learn,
on the general
you know, but it
reliability
just
and
sucks
performance of the vehicle driven by Officer
because
White?
it could have been avoided.
I don't know the condition of it. I haven't seen any sort of. I wasn't on scene to look at it.
Okay, that's fine. We'll move on. Are there any specific training programs or courses offered to officers regarding the safe operation and control of police vehicles?
Specifically vehicle maintenance. No, but it's always implied. I mean, if you don't know, if your car isn't driving correctly, I think you get it fixed, right? I mean, there's some basic things that shouldn't need to be trained, in my opinion.
Say something. Say something. Say something. Say something. Say something. Say something. Do it. Say something.
Just a
Say
moment
something.
to reorganize.
Say
as
something.
Mr. Valentino does not.
Say something.
Make him a-
You can do it. Come on.
I mean, he would have at most a Plymouth during this situation.
Can you please define what what at most?
Okay, so when you come in as a cadet, you get a Dodge Diplomat. That's the base vehicle that all officers have access to. Once you become a full officer, you have the access to the Dodge Plymouth.
He
So,
fucking.
it's a bit of a different car and handles a little differently.
Like, I could, but I want it to be a dumpster fire. But I want him to do something.
Could you
So what he
explain
should
the
have
typical
done,
braking capabilities of the Plymouth?
what he should have done
Plymouth is a bit more
was
slidey.
stop him from
I
talking
guess,
past answering the
it
question.
does have a bit more
Like,
pickup,
point
speed
blank.
higher,
Letting him
maybe
keep
a bit
going
more
and then not
acceleration,
stopping
but,
him from continuing
the
to
Diplomat
say
is more of an all-around vehicle.
that
It
it should
holds
be
its own, but
implied
doesn't
when
really
there's
go
no,
out.
like, actual
as
training that it should be happening is good for us. He should have stopped it. And he should have been like, that's not what I asked you. Like, it should be taught, right? So then the blame of it, the car not being fixed, doesn't fall on
Did the police department
White
evaluate
as
Mr.
much as it
White's
falls
police
on
vehicle
not being
after the incident?
trained
I
to
have
do
no
that, right?
recollection or
Like, yeah, it's
supervising the details of
obviously
this
you want to
case.
fix your car if it's not driving right, but he should have stopped
further
that
questions?
because it would have been better for us. But he just let him keep going and he didn't say anything, and I am so upset.
Any intent to cross-examine Mr. Valentino?
Yeah, Adley, do you have anything?
Yes.
He's handing them their case. I'm really
You were
upset.
brought in, sir, as a expert
Oh, I
witness.
watched the entire Depp trial.
Have you policed
My dog
Sandy?
was stung by a bee.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Oh my god.
Attest to the road conditions that are familiar up there.
Absolutely. I mean, well, it does rain all across the island, so I don't know what kind of conditions were at the time. Night conditions. Also, light conditions at night, especially in Sandy. Sandy would have less. I'm not sure what time of day it was. Obviously, it's Sandy, so a little bit of gravel or sand on the ground could cause a bit of loss of control, a little bit more slip. Pulling in the parking lots, and if I'm not mistaken, I do know from the details I've heard in the room that it is the 24/7 at.
Oh no, I'm sure I
Sandy,
can
and
interject.
I know the pull up there.
I'm
is
pretty
gonna be
sure
on
that
the
I
sand,
can
right in front of
stop
the
him
store.
from doing certain things, and I can object,
This,
but I don't want
your
to.
expert opinion.
Out of spite, I'm literally not doing anything. So I'm just talking to you guys about stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, momentum comes into play, right? You're gonna have less grip, less time to stop, more distance traveled.
He wanted this.
So if
I
you're on the
didn't.
sand, you need
I
to
just want you
account
guys
for
to
more
remember that.
distance.
He
on-
wanted this.
on
I
pavement,
didn't. And
you
then he
know,
didn't want to do the opening
obviously you
statement.
have a
Listen
bit
to
more,
me.
stopping power. But braking and accelerating, the car's
He
gonna
didn't
slow
want me.
Of course.
He
I
wanted
don't
me
have
to
any
do the
further
opening and
questions.
closing still.
Thank you.
Still. I'm just here. All right? I can leave.
Hello.
Hello.
Should officers be repairing their vehicle in calls if they're damaged?
I want to
assume so,
object to one
yes.
of his
I mean,
questions.
or-
I want him
or
to
you
ask a
replace
really
one
bad
at-
one. I
at
think
the
that'll be
day
like the
speeding
only
for
thing
the
I
first
object
one.
to is my own like team member.
Okay. Why?
Well, if an axle's broken, I mean, you're gonna have to get it under maintenance. If you can't drive straight, or it's. I mean, there are times where the vehicle could be beat up, and you can still have perfect control of the vehicle. However, when there's significant damage to the vehicle, where the vehicle could be somewhat unstable, then you'd have to. I would, personally recommend to repair or store it.
What about in the case of emergency calls? Would you advise officers to drive a vehicle that is
Yeah, exactly.
damaged?
Whatever the
Ask a
safest
question
way
and
to
object
get
to
to
it
a scene,
immediately.
if it
Object
is
to your
an
own
extreme
question.
emergency, whatever the safest and most efficient way, I would say to get there as soon as you can. Especially it's to report to a scene without a pursuit.
Are you a bitch?
Would
Withdrawn.
you advise an officer to drive a
I
damaged
rest my
vehicle there?
case.
It depends on the significance of the damage.
Okay. And do you have any safety regulations set up within the PD regarding repairing vehicles and when to do so?
I don't think specifically there's anything. I would, from my point of view, it's kind of common sense law. You can't handle your vehicle, put it away or repair it.
Well, I don't know what I could have gotten with a plea. Didn't get the opportunity to actually talk about it because Ace immediately told them we wanted to go to trial. Literally immediately before I could even discuss things. We had days.
Yes, if they
we had a
have no
couple of
judgment
days
on,
to decide what we were gonna do.
Or control
and he
the
was
vehicle,
like,
they don't
trial.
predict the
I
when
was
it's
like,
gonna take to stop, and they,
okay, dude.
Yeah, I think that's not very safe.
Okay. No further questions. Thank you.
Any redirect?
Absolutely.
He convinced White that we could win this
Captain
case.
Valentino, do you consider armed robbery a serious sin?
He did. He convinced him. So he just went with it.
They're very,
because according to White, he just trusted his lawyer, and I was like, man, you didn't even.
Are there any other people
You should have
present
asked
within the
me as
store?
well.
Obviously, he's armed. So, are there? If there aren't any people present in the store, yes, it can still be violent, can still be dangerous, but we don't have to worry about innocent lives getting caught in the middle. So, as long as there's enough support on scene to secure the area, you may not have to respond as quickly, but if you are one of the first responders, I could see how getting there sooner than later would be important.
And what potential risks or dangers could an officer experience entering an armed robbery alone?
Well, I mean, it's armed, so you always assume the risk of getting shot. You never know. The perimeter may not be secure, even though you might think it. Vehicles coming in at a high rate of speed. Standard civilians could be walking up to you, asking questions and distracting you. I mean, you can't really predict what the risks are going to be until you get there,
And in your professional experiences, can a robber or multiple individuals hide in the back of a store and ambush an officer who is alone?
Yes. I mean, yes. From
Objection, Your Honor. I don't
Bro,
know.
honestly,
I don't really know
what the fuck was that question?
leading.
Like, what the fuck was that? He literally just.
And I was asking for a professional.
What was that?
He has been established as an expert witness by both parties. He's asking him an opinion based on his experience, so I'm going to allow it.
Yeah, let's put it this way, guys. So Bishop was dead to
yes,
rights.
there have been times
if we
where,
went to trial, he would have gone to prison. He would have paid a huge fine. He would have been fucked. Like
Unless they're
100%. You guys have no idea the amount of
tucked
evidence
around the
that they
corner,
had.
yes,
Like
they could still be hidden. So
there were a
you
couple
wanna know if
things
it's
we could
secure
get
and
thrown
clear
out,
the
but it would not have done anything. It would have made no difference.
And in
They
this
had
case,
an
would
overflowing
the-
bucket of
if the
evidence.
perimeter has been
I looked at
established,
it
would the
and I
outside
went,
of the store be
yeah, nah.
considered safe whilst the
And then
inside is not?
Penta, thank fuck, fired
I mean,
Ace.
as safe as you can
And then I
possibly
just
make it, there's
talked to
always
Greco.
extraneous variables that could
And
come into
Ace
play,
can go back to
by
work.
civilians
Yeah,
that
he has
come
to
in
be
work
with
on
another
the
person until the
outside or what,
17th, but he gets to go back to work.
yes,
I
you
also,
need the most
I
due
didn't have to
diligence
do this, by the
secure
way.
any
This is
dead
mostly
area
just
around the
Katya
store
because she has a
with the
crush on
units
him.
that are provided.
But I also paid off the debt that he would have to
And
pay.
would you enter the store alone?
The
I'm going to stop us right here.
The wolf
I wanna make
pack?
Sure, as is my duty.
I paid that off so he doesn't have to do a breathalyzer in his patrol car and his own car.
Can you please?
Because he didn't want to pay it, but it's
the line of
beneficial for
questioning
him to actually
go
not
with
have that in his
Mr.
car.
Spades?
Because I'm going to be honest,
We want to
he would
establish
fail.
that
Anyway,
police
so I got rid of
procedure
that, and I got
that
the terms
was-
changed several
was,
times. And it's mostly because
reckless.
Greco, I think, likes me and wants to work with me on stuff. And I don't think I'm as big of an idiot as some people are. Like, it got changed so many times that it was reaching the point where it was almost too much to change.
Re-ask the question.
Like,
Mr.
My
I got it
question
down from
is,
90 days to
would
60
you
days.
advise going in alone?
And then after that,
Objection
he has
scope
no
was
charges.
narrowed
It's not on his
after
record,
the
and he can
recross.
work and do whatever he wants, basically. Like, I feel like that's so much better than him going to trial, getting fucked, and basically never being able to play Ace ever again.
Most likely not.
Like,
I wouldn't
he would have
advise
been
of it.
fucked.
There are times where we might have to, but
I'm just saying, chat. I'm just saying.
no. If
So as
they're
long as
a
he
threat and
doesn't
you have
actively
sufficient
fuck
units to
up,
clear that
which,
with multiple people, I would always suggest
let's be
you
honest,
would
chat,
not.
it's Penta. So
And
there's
in
always
your
a chance for
professional
that.
opinion,
But I
which
did what I needed to
scenario would
do,
be
and that he
considered
got a
negligent?
really good deal. Like, a
Responding to an
really
urgent
good deal.
call
That
with
is
a damaged
way
vehicle,
better than any
or
other
leaving
deal.
an officer alone in a robbery to repair your car.
I mean, my car was operable enough to get to the scene safely. I mean, you know,
Like,
you gotta do what you gotta
I
do.
know Penta had a lot of stuff
Are you aware what
that, like,
rank
he thought he
White
could
Deborah
use.
Gibbs was?
But, like, genuinely, guys, I
Well,
can't really
because he,
show
I
you all
believe
the
he was a
evidence,
possible
but there was
service
so
attendant,
much
he was ever
that no
so
matter what he thought was going to work, it would not have done enough. I promise you that. It would not have done
Does
enough.
this mean he lacked knowledge on
Like,
full
at
policing
all.
procedures?
We could have gotten almost all of the testimonies
I
thrown out, and it
unfortunately
still
didn't
would
have a lot of
not have been
chances to work
enough.
directly with him, so
It
I
was
can't really
bad.
get into his, you know, nature of
Like,
work.
buckets, chat.
Okay, we're gonna move into
It was bad.
policing
Yeah,
vehicles
I
now.
could have put forward as many motions as I wanted
There's
to,
a
and it
small
would
dent
not have
in
made
the
a
police
dent.
car.
So,
As a police officer, are you a
yeah.
trained mechanic who can assess
that's
the
where we are.
severity of this
So,
damage?
at the end of the day, the plea
I
deal
mean, not
was the
necessarily. There's
best.
some people that don't know anything.
Greco
about
is
fixing a
very
car, but,
fucking
you know,
thorough,
that's why we
dude.
bring it places if we need to. Or
Greco is
we,
very
drop it
thorough.
off down at the precinct and get another.
There was a lot. But yeah, I did the best that I could, and he got an amazing deal out of that.
Could this
Like, that was
variance in
phenomenal.
backgrounds lead to discrepancies in knowledge regarding police vehicles?
And also,
vehicle damage?
I don't have to do any paperwork now.
I mean, sure.
So,
anything else really?
I mean, who really won here?
And
I did.
finally, did you have any experiences with Senior Officer White whilst he was a police officer?
Oh, yes, I have.
And what were those experiences in general? As a commanding officer, how did you see him?
Well, I wasn't.
Relevance.
Establishing of Officer White's character in relation to his policing procedures.
I don't care about his character. We're talking about the alleged crimes he committed.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
guys,
So
at the
much
end of the
for-
day, I care more about having to do paperwork than I do about Bishop. Okay?
We have
If
no
I could
further questions for
marry
this one.
not having to do paperwork, I probably would.
Very good.
If it would get me out of paperwork, I'd marry paperwork. Like, I'd be like, yeah, fuck paperwork.
Any
That'd be it.
recross from the state?
Can I confer with Mr. Adley before I answer that?
Please, Ms. Bishop, go right ahead.
Mr. Adley. Do you have further questions? Just a couple, Your Honor.
Carry on.
Thank you.
Mr. Valentino, I'm going to be speaking to police procedures as you were brought in as an expert opinion on that.
All right.
Is it fairly typical to wait for backup?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably like, even though it's
if you know there's
technically
multiple
also against
units
me, I'm
responding to a
probably gonna
store robbery and
suggest
you're
that
holding
he
the front,
tries to
yeah, I would
appeal
always wait
for
a second
literally
to get
that
the show
reason.
before clearing.
Like, that sounds really bad.
Would you consider it negligent to call
But I think you
a
should.
scene code 4 before checking the inside of the store?
Yeah, situation is not code 4 until you've cleared the area.
Okay. Would you say that attempting to radio your partner on scene would be let me rephrase. Would you consider this to be forthcoming in that negligence?
Sorry, the court did not understand that question.
Right.
Mr. Just yeah.
Would you consider
re-ask
this
the question.
right? Would you consider this to be not as negligent, so to speak, in
Sorry,
trying
the
to
court.
erase him?
The court still does not understand the actual question.
Yeah, I'm
Can
gonna
you
go ahead and
please
withdraw.
restate it?
Yeah, I'll
All right,
withdraw.
that's fine. Carry on.
Mr. Valentino, this is going to be speaking to
Yeah, I feel fine,
the
actually.
speed of the vehicle.
Like,
would you consider 70
I think I
miles per
just,
hour,
what is it called? I've got
on El Harbor Drive to
laryngitis
be in
or
excess
something.
if you are in the area code
So I
6
probably shouldn't be talking.
to get back to the store?
I never
70 miles an
listened to
hour.
anybody.
Can I refer to a map just to see exactly Alhambra?
Yes, if there, Mr. Bailiff, there should be a state map somewhere behind my desk. If you can bring one to the witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I mean, I know pretty much where it is. I just want to verify. Do you have a nearest cross?
Knowing the map that is being referenced, I can tell you that is the road. in
Mr.
front of-
Greco,
Fair enough.
you are not behind the bench right now, Mr. Greco.
Fair enough.
I'm going to hold you to the same standards as everybody else.
I do not have the nearest cross. It's
Okay.
adjacent to Joshua.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's the one that goes straight through the center. Let me
You're not wrong. I did fake
All
cry
right.
a lot. That's actually fair.
was he coming from the west to east?
Thank you, Joey. I appreciate it.
That is unknowledgeable.
Orange juice
Okay.
I will
and
admit,
diet
I don't
Mountain
know.
Dew?
It was never stated. as
Why?
such.
Really?
I mean, honestly, if you're code 3 coming from west to east, I could see you hitting 70 miles an hour.
Greco get yelled at! Woo!
I have no further questions.
All right. Any redirect?
Yes.
Go ahead.
If the inside of a store had not been cleared, would it be considered code 3 given the armed robbery?
Code 3, for the responding unit?
That is what I mean, yes.
Okay. Yes, I can see as long as the situation is considered still active, yes, it would still be a code 3 situation.
And could you explain code 3, please?
Code 3 is responding with lights and sirens,
Well,
urgent response.
It's not really a
with haste.
potato.
And are
It's a
police allowed to
seed.
exceed the speed limits and
For a bush.
not follow
But it
the
does
traffic
kind of
laws
look like a
within
potato,
reason
so if you
to
want it to be a potato, I
respond to this
guess.
kind of call?
Whatever you want.
Absolutely. We take precautionary measures even with a code 3 situation. Certain things being clearing an intersection to make sure that the civilian population's notified or aware that we're coming through and we don't hit anyone. But yes, it would sometimes allow us to exceed speed limits to get there in a timely fashion.
Okay, thank you for your testimony.
Pre-cross.
I have nothing, Your Honor.
I have nothing.
Well, it's a
Thank you, Mr. Valentino.
it's a seed for a bush.
Dismissed.
Oh, thank you so
Because
much.
my theme currently is a berry bush.
Mr. Adley.
It's changing
sorry,
soon
Mr.
to
Adley.
like turtle themed, but
Space.
right now it's a berry bush.
Your Honor, the defense wishes to
So
call
all of
William
my
White
stuff
to the
is a
stand.
bush growing
Before you
from a
do
seed.
so,
So
Chief
it's
Justice Rehnquist, I'm just going to counsel with you for a brief moment. I'm not going to call a recess. Just excuse me for a few seconds.
Oh, Ron gave me food. Thank you. Love you.
Love you too, hun.
Apologies, I just had to
cigarette?
go over something
I'm good, thank you.
procedural with the Chief Justice.
What?
So, Mr. White, just so you're aware, if you take this and you agree to testify, you are waiving your Fifth Amendment rights. That means when the direct examination has been concluded by your counsel, that the opposing counsel will be able to fully cross-examine you, and you may not re-invoke the Fifth, or you will be held in contempt, perhaps other things.
I understand.
Very good. He understands. All right. You may swear him in.
Mr. White, please speak loudly so everyone may hear you, and go ahead and raise your left arm. Do you swear that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Alrighty, Your Honor. Mr. White has been sworn in.
Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
Mr. White, on the day of the
Yup.
incident, when you received the call, you responded to the call. Did you call a code 4?
Outside of the location of the store robbery, yes.
So to
Outside the store.
clarify, did you believe the whole call?
No.
Could you provide some information about the road conditions at the time?
It was sandy. It was night, so the visibility wasn't at 100%, and it was slippery. The road surface was slippery.
Can you clarify how the police radio system works and how it was used during the incident?
The radios are restricted to the vehicles. If anyone tries to step outside of the vehicle, they will be disconnected. And you respond. There's a primary unit who responds to a certain call, and the other units respond as en route to the same location.
And what did you and the late Jethro Gibbs discuss over the radio regarding the situation?
The late Jethro Gibbs responded to the store robbery initially. I responded 76 to attached to the call saying 76, but I arrived on scene first, which is why I called 23 on scene. So I arrived on scene first.
Could you clarify 76 for the courts, please?
It's en route to a location.
Just to clarify for the gallery who might not understand, the police sometimes use brevity codes to make sure that they can relay messages freely between each other. Carry on.
And could you talk us through the radio chatter that happened directly before the incident?
When I before the incident, you said?
Directly before the incident, yes.
Directly before the incident, there was a communication over radio that there was a store robbery going on at the the grocery store up in Sandy Shores, and that's when the late Jethro Gibbs responded first initially, and I attached.
I mean directly before the incident.
Right.
Can
So,
Geek,
Mr.
you're a potato.
Spades, can you
Forky,
please
you're a
spit
potato.
it out?
Red, you're sweet.
and
I understand.
not-
Clarify my question. It was, what was the radio chatter directly before the incident within the 15 seconds to 45
Please
seconds?
clarify the incident for the court.
Was that to me or to?
Yes, you. Please specify which incident. The incident of
Before the
store
collision,
robber-
sorry. The collision, sorry.
The collision with.
With
If you're going to ask a
Jethro
question,
Gibbs.
if you're going to ask a question, ask the full question.
What was the immediate radio
That is
chatter
good.
before the collision with Jethro Gibbs?
Thank you. Carry on.
I called
Oh my god, he said
the
peace whistle.
situation code 4 outside of the grocery store. Immediately, the late Jethro Gibbs radioed to me and asked me if the store was cleared. I replied in the negative and said, not yet. And he immediately jumped on radio and
Yeah,
said,
no, this is
I
really
will
bad. But
clear it up.
also,
Immediately after
Chad,
that,
why did
I said, wait for me, don't go in
why did I
without
see
any backup.
this?
But by then,
This is in Penta's
the late
Discord.
Jethro Gibbs was already outside of his vehicle, disconnected from the radio.
Who would you pick, Chad? Be honest.
So
Be honest.
could
Who would you
Jethro
pick?
Gibbs hear the vital
Be
information
honest.
that you're attempting to give him?
He couldn't.
Objection, speculation.
The police vehicle radio only works when he's inside the car, so I'm asking a factual question on whether the radio was functioning.
Mr. Gibbs is not here to testify whether or not he was able to hear the transmission. I'm going to sustain the objection.
Team Katya all the way.
Yeah, I am kind of a badass, aren't I? Thanks, guys. I love chaos.
You may ask another question.
Did Mr. Gibbs disregard the order that you gave him to
Oh,
wait
me
outside?
against Howie and March.
There was no reply back from the
Right?
late Jethro Gibbs.
Let's
So
do
yes.
a poll in here.
And why did you
Hold on.
decide not to go into the situation alone when you first arrived?
Team?
Store robberies pose as a risk. I didn't see any individuals inside the store, which led me to believe that they might have been fleeing the scene,
I'm
which
gonna
is
throw
why I
this off
called
for
it
you
Code
guys.
6 initially, whilst waiting for backup.
Can you please
It
clarify
does-
what Code 6 means?
Code 6 is investigating around
Here you
the
go,
area
chat.
of the call.
Pick one.
Thank you. Carry on.
Can you explain why you approached the call in a code 6?
I approached the call intending to wait outside of the store, but the late Jethro Gibb was very
Yeah,
far
sorry.
behind,
You gotta pick between
which is
Meth
why I called it
and
Code 6.
Katya.
And
It's
we've had
rough.
a pattern of people chain robbing stores that day. I think 5 at a time, where someone would go inside the store, clear out the tills, and immediately go off to the next store, which is close by, and continue until they've hit at least 5.
And when Mr. Gibbs announced that he was going on alone, did you become worried about him?
I did. Cadets cadets are told not to make any rash decisions without any senior officer. So the fact that the late Jethro Gibbs radioed that he wanted to clear the store by himself, from what I got from the radio chatter, was something alarming and worrying.
Muffy's too young. I refuse to fight with a 19-year-old. God damn it. I will have order, chat. No 19-year-olds are allowed to be in this vote.
Mr. F. Spades. Mr. F. Spades. Hello?
Maybe
do
having
we-
a headache, Your Honor. Yeah, he may be having a headache.
yes, he has passed out. Ms. Markov, are you feeling up to continuing the examination?
Oh,
of the
sorry.
witness?
Me.
I'm not going to require it of you. I'm just asking if you would like to.
No, no.
Okay. We will offer we'll say 5-minute recess. By my watch, it's about 43 minutes
Bro, he DC'd
into this hour.
Lamau.
So at
It's a
48
smart way to
minutes
get out. I get it.
into the hour, we will reconvene. During this recess, any individuals who leave the courtroom will be eligible to be researched by bailiffs, etc. And during this time, I still ask for no loud outbursts in the courtroom. I will still hold you in contempt if I return to my chambers and find a madhouse in here. Okay, so we'll take a brief recess. You may talk amongst yourselves in hushed tones, and we will reconvene when Mr. of Spades is back on his feet.
You guys are killing this poor guy. I mean,
Either end.
Nice job.
What do you think is going?
I'm fucked.
No, you're not fit. How are you fit?
You were the rabbit that dude was pulling out of his hat.
We are fucked.
No, it's not the keys.
Katya, we're fine.
See, look at the Waite's the one who's actually in the lane here, and he domained it out.
Right.
Fine.
Hey, White, come here, really quick.
Okay, thank you, Bailiff.
Mr. White, just read about it in the newspaper.
Fuck yeah.
Wait.
Okay. White, I really think that you should strongly consider maybe appealing the end result of this for having a really shit representation.
Just stay hydrated.
Why?
Right, we're gonna go get. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna go get a snack.
Ace doesn't know what he's doing.
No. We're going. So, I trust you both.
No. It's fine if you trust me. But what I wanted to do was make a plea so we didn't end up here, White. So, But Ace didn't want that, so we're here. And it's...
This is fine, though.
Okay, well,
I'm very comfortable with it. But are you, like... Okay, so what would you like to do? Because right now we're in too deep, Oh, God.
Just, you trust me,
Don't
right?
mind me.
What are you doing? What the fuck?
Sorry, my crawl muscle.
I burped. You trust me, right?
I do, but
Then trust
I
me
don't
when I
want...
say we're fucked.
You need water, William?
Okay? Like it's... No, never mind. It's fine, but we're fine. It's fine. You good, Ace? Why's your hat back on? Take it off. We're gonna get yelled at. Good job.
Good so far, hey? Been working the best I can.
Yeah, it's fine.
You look so strange without your
I
hat
feel
on.
like there's a reasonable doubt. I feel like... Yeah,
my God,
I do have a receding hairline.
Yeah, a little bit.
Court's back on in 1 minute, so I'm gonna go take my seat.
Okay. I'm just saying, think about it. If we lose, just think about appealing for lack of competent representation. You can include me in that if you want to. Okay. Okay?
Yep.
It's gonna be all right. All right, bud?
Of course.
Here's a quick hug. I believe in you.
Appreciate you, Katya. But
I also unlocked this door.
I'm not
behind me,
worried.
so I need to lock that. All right, me neither. Let's go.
Said he was a prick.
I did a couple traffic stops with him. He was okay on those.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Greco's not gonna take a plea right now. That would be hilarious. Imagine. Thank you. Sorry. Hold on. Wait. Thank you, Enclave, for the sub, and thank you, Just the Tip. Holy fuck, your name is great. For real, Just the Tip. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate it. I love the tip. Just the tip. And the rest of it, but just the tip. you hunting me for? The fuck? The fuck? What is that? Huh? What is that? What did you hunt me for? No, hunt you. You guys are being weird. Stop being weird, chat. You're a bunch of fucking perverts. What the fuck? Let me relax you, chat. Also, Winters, what did we talk about money? We talked about this. Thank you for gifting us up to basic.
I call this one Marino
Ambulance Jesus.
What? Think of mouth. What?
All rise for the Honorable Judge Power.
Excuse me, miss. Sorry. Sorry about
You can have your seats. Thank you. Thank you. Please return to your seats in a expedited fashion and in an orderly one.
What the fuck is that about?
I believe the counsel for Mr. White was going to redirect.
We were still in our first line of questioning.
Oh, yeah, sorry, carry on.
Just a couple more questions for Mr. White. Mr. White, to what extent was your vehicle damaged to the best of your knowledge?
It was veering to the left a bit, minor damages to the front left end of the vehicle.
Were your lights and sirens activated during your response?
Yes, the whole time.
During your training at the academy, were you specifically trained in any driving techniques or tactics?
Nothing formally.
Did you act reckless during the incident?
I did not.
Objection, leading.
Sustained, Mr. Overspade. I know this is your first trial here in the state of San Andreas, but come on.
Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm not winning at all. No, not even a little bit. Yeah, that's
No further
okay, though.
questions, John.
Thank you.
No, I love you, Basic.
Take it on the
Adore.
cross, but you made
Absolutely adore it when you
Almost
come in here
certainly.
shaking your head at me every fucking day.
Mr. White, can you, for my sake, state your previous badge number and your station at the time of the incident?
Senior Officer 209.
Okay, I appreciate that. Did you at any point call the situation code 4 while arriving on scene and or leaving scene before calling it code 6?
No.
You are aware that perjury is a crime, sir.
I do.
I have you on statement with myself saying that you called it code 4.
Oh my god! That's fine. Nope,
If you'd
it's
like
fine.
clarification,
It's
then
okay.
I'm willing
It's all right.
to
That's
clarify
okay.
my
Please
statement.
restate the question, Mr. Adley.
Did you call code 4, the situation clear, and report 10-8 before Mr. Gibbs was on scene and you went code 6 in the area looking for said individuals and or car?
I don't understand that question.
Compound question.
Is that an objection?
Yes.
I need to know. Okay.
Ace, please.
I can restate.
Please, the initial question will be, sorry, the objection will be sustained, but I'm going to allow him to re-ask the question along the same line.
Yes, Your Honor. Did you call the scene code 4 at any point?
I did.
Did you call the scene code 4 before calling code 6?
No.
Your Honor, in Exhibit A, it is stated through transcription that Mr. White called code 4 and then code 8 before Mr. Gibbs stated by the individual himself that the scene was not clear. I wish to move for perjury at this time.
I'm reading the exhibit, and in the exhibit it says in the first paragraph, stated there is a history. White would then code 6 to see if any vehicle was fleeing. Roughly 20 seconds later, White stated over the radio the situation was code 4. I believe the question that was asked, did he call it code 4 before code 6 or code 6 before code 4? According to this document, I'm not going to rule on any kind of perjury at this time.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. White.
Yes.
Did you strike Mr. Gibbs with your vehicle?
Yes.
Did Mr. Gibbs pass away from his injuries as best that you know?
Yes.
Were you driving in excess of 70 miles per hour back to the store to assist Mr. Gibbs when you struck him?
70, not in excess of 70.
Please answer the question.
No.
So when you stated to Mr. Greco in Exhibit B, you were misinformed, unknowledgeable of the speeds? Okay. I have no further questions.
Ms. Bishop, are you going to approach?
Yes.
Please carry on.
Stated that your vehicle was slightly pulling to the left.
Yes.
At what point were you going to get a vehicle repair?
As soon as everything was resolved.
And by everything you mean?
That current situation, the store robbery.
Store robbery in question? Okay. At what point did it start pulling to the left?
From after a previous chase.
Okay, and by previous, how much time previous?
I'd say maybe 3 minutes, 3 minutes before the store robbery was heard over dispatch.
Okay, and where were you at the time when you got that call?
I was heading towards Davis PD.
Where were you at the time?
I was passing Pillbox Medical.
Okay, at that point, you left from Pillbox Medical to go to Sandy Shores?
No, I wasn't in Pillbox Medical. I was heading towards PD, passing Pillbox Medical. That's when the call came for a store robbery up in Sandy.
Okay, but you left that area to go to Sandy?
That's right,
When you
yep.
got that call? Okay.
Yep.
How many officers were on duty at the time?
I think at most 4 on the field.
Did any other officers say that they would be responding to the store robbery?
They did not.
What is the minimum amount of officers required to respond to a store robbery?
1.
Even though it is a dangerous call?
It depends on how many officers are on duty. That would be the minimum. Maximum would be 4.
So one officer is capable of responding to the call alone.
No.
Mr.
Uh,
White, you're contradicting yourself for the court's
so,
purposes.
so for clarification, 1 is needed but not capable to completely take care of the whole situation.
Okay. How many are needed?
At least 2.
Okay. And when did Mr. Gibbs say that he was responding? Where were you when he said that he was also responding?
I was heading towards Davis PD passing pillbox. The call came in for a store robbery, and the late cadet Jethro Gibbs responded to it straight away. He was the initial responder.
Okay. And you responded right after?
Yep, I attached to it.
Did you give him any direction prior to arriving on scene?
I just called code 6. I was assuming he knew that I was waiting for backup. I was just checking in the area, making sure there were no fleeing vehicles or individuals.
So when you first got there, were you mobile on scene? Were you just mobile in your vehicle?
I was mobile in my vehicle.
Okay. And you made that aware to Officer Gibbs?
Yep.
Okay. And what was his response to that?
There was no response.
Okay. Did you give him any other directions, such as wait for me at that time?
Negative.
Okay. Why not?
There was no response, so I didn't know if he was actually on scene or not.
Did he ever call 23?
He did not.
Okay. So he got on scene and just immediately said, I'm going inside.
He asked me if I cleared the inside of the store.
And your response was no.
Not yet.
And did you say anything else? Did you ask him if he was going to clear the store?
He immediately disrupted me and said that he was going to clear the store. And I immediately after that, I said, don't go in without backup. Wait for me.
Okay. Understood. No further questions.
I mean, to be fair,
Any
those questions, those answers were okay. Like those last couple were okay. Like he
Mr.
told
White,
Gibbs not to
in
go
asking
in,
about
and
the
he went in
status of the
anyway.
call, did Mr.
Or like
Gibbs
left to go in
announce that he
anyway. So
was
that's
insane?
not as bad.
Right.
That one's okay.
Would you be able to repeat that one more time?
In asking for the status of the call, did Mr. Gibbs officially announce that he was on scene?
He did not.
Objection asked and answered.
I was just clarifying as the
I
question.
believe from my notes,
It was already asked.
It is was already asked. Thank you.
Sorry, Your Honor.
And you mentioned that you were going towards the PD. What was your intention at the PD once you had arrived?
To get my vehicle checked by the PD mechanics and collect it brand new up in the PD parking lot.
To the best of your understanding, what is criminal negligence?
It's a failure to behave with a level of care.
And do you think it would be irresponsible and a breach of your duty to leave of care?
This is
to
a
leave
good
cadet
learning
on code 3
experience,
alone?
though, chat. Like, even though it sucks ass to get
No
shit
further
on,
questions.
it is a good learning experience. It's not that, it's not horrible. I mean, it is. It's horrible, but it's a good first case.
Not for me.
I have none, sir.
Very good, Mr. White. You may retake your seat. Thank you. Does the defense have any other piece of evidence, witnesses that wishes to call?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So, with this in mind, I'm going to give both parties time to formulate their closing arguments. I have it as 3 minutes past the hour now. We'll have till 10 minutes to pass the hour to touch up any of your closing arguments in regards to this matter. I will then hear them. I might take some time to deliberate. I will then issue a verdict, and we will go from there. Any questions?
No, sir.
No, Your Honor.
All right. So, a few moments. Collect your thoughts. I will be back with you in roughly just under 6 minutes now. The court is in again a quiet recess until we recommence. Thank you.
You did great, White.
Oh shit.
Katya. Katya?
Yes.
I feel like we have this. What do you think?
What did you say?
I think we have this case well defended. What do you think? I need to ask you a question. Don't faint.
At the end of it.
Where am I? Oh my god. Ace is a magician. Oh my god, he magically got me out of that. That was trauma. Easy escape. Look at that. Did you guys see that? That was crazy, right?
Might have taken her to another. Well, she was having a moment in the foot. Oh, there she is. Yeah,
You got a guy at Pillbox that's been stabbed real bad.
Legit copy.
To go over.
Check fucking door.
Miss, do you need medical attention?
No, not yet. No.
Yeah, just breathe in. You know, just take a moment to breathe.
I have a
You wanna run that by me one more time, Ace? You wanna just say that
Oh,
one
no.
more time for me, bud?
I was saying I believe we have this case in the bag.
Oh, for
Are you
sure.
able to deliver
Yeah.
a dramatic closing statement?
I'm sorry, you would like a dramatic closing statement from me.
Absolutely. The way you did the opening statement when we were preparing, that's how we need the closing statement, and that's what's
Yeah, you know
going on in
what?
this case.
Fuck it. Let's do it.
Bring
Fuck
it
it.
home.
Why not? I'll bring it right home. I got this.
All
Don't
right,
even
bring it
stress. Am I just repeating the same shit you already
closing
sent me?
statements very beautifully.
I
The
believe
closing
you.
statement
You
is
did.
in that document.
Okay, I will do that for you. I've got this.
I tried to
We've got
incorporate
this.
metaphors of painting. In another life, I was an author.
Chad, I think that he is intentionally a bad lawyer. He has to be. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, it looks amazing.
And if you cut at a point like you did in the opening, if you have to step out and fix your throat, then I can step in rather than ending the statement.
Oh, right. Yeah, no. I'll read all 20 paragraphs of it. Don't worry.
Actually, it's only about 5, and they're quite short.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is 7.5, actually.
Okay, are we really counting your honor as a paragraph?
I mean, it might be boring.
$100 to anybody who can tell me the descriptions of the 3 paintings up above the wall, what they're depicting.
But you know what? You wrote it out, so I will read it as you wrote it. Okay?
Let us know.
Thank you.
I know 2 out of 3. I just want to know if
with
anyone knows all
drama.
3.
I don't.
With Drama. I've got you. I've got you. Drama is my middle name.
That's metal. That's washed in.
I think that I did the questioning well.
It's I'm
Do
fucking blanking on the battle.
do I?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. What was the question?
I was fucking close.
Do you think I did the questioning well?
Sorry, chat. Forgot to mute myself.
Okay, all right,
I need to pee. I'll be right back.
good. Bunker Hill.
I'm doing good. What about you? Something about a butthole.
Good.
Hey, Emily.
Oh, hey, Barry.
Oh, you were doing so good up there.
Thanks.
Yeah, you were doing so good up there. Oh my God. When you were up there giving your performance and your speech, Barry was like, oh my God, Barry actually created like one of the best lawyer criminal paralegal defenses defending scumbags and officers. If you would have told me you were going to defend officers, I wouldn't have, maybe we wouldn't have had to get divorced.
Speaking of divorce, I've got some invitations that I need to give you, Barry. But
Invitations?
Well, one invitation.
I heard about your guys' marriage. I don't care. Listen,
Well,
nothing lasts
I want you
forever.
to come.
Congratulations. I'll be there.
Oh,
Don't
will
worry.
ya?
Barry's going to wish you guys the best.
Ooh.
Yep. Barry's going to be
Thanks,
there.
Barry.
Not
Thank
a
you so
problem.
much.
Hey, Ron.
Ron, Barry's gonna come to our wedding.
Yep, I'm coming. I'm coming to the wedding.
Boy,
I'm
that's
going to bring
great.
my other wife. Listen,
Hey, you got a new wife? Proud of you, Phil.
yeah.
Real good job.
Thank
Hell
you,
yeah,
Ron.
great job, Barry.
I was
Well, good for you,
congratulating
Phil.
her. And I said,
Did-
listen, nothing lasts forever. Congratulations.
You know, nothing lasts forever, pal, but I hope
That's
that
right.
your current wife, hope that really works out for you, but
Fuck yeah. I appreciate
All right,
that,
I gotta
Ron.
get
You
I gotta
guys are
get back
freaking
in there,
heroes.
guys. You guys are great. Love you.
Ron, listen.
yeah.
You didn't give her like mono or
Oh,
something.
hey,
did you? I
Katya.
heard you get that from like.
Hey,
Did you? Oh yes.
you didn't give her mono or something, did you? I did not, in fact, get to pee. No. Damn it. Thwarted by Barry again. Fuck. How did I manage to sit in the chair looking so pissed off this time? Whoa. I've succeeded. I didn't even try to sit this way. Nice. Did you guys like how I just straight dodged Ace's question? You know what, Juan? You're right. It actually does add to the RP that this is all a fever dream. God, I hope so. Chad, I've got a little flair for the end of this speech that I have to give that Gavin has insisted that I say, and I'm gonna say it because I didn't get a chance to say it before, so I'm gonna say it this time, okay?
This office in front of this whole courtroom. I'm raising my damn voice.
Oh my god.
It's no good.
Oh my god, what happened now? Why is she yelling?
Sorry. We're just talking.
Why is she yelling? Why is she yelling? Stop yelling,
Okay,
March.
we're gonna call
Jesus.
this back to order now. So.
All right, the court will be back in session.
Oh, you may have your seats. Thank you. All right. The state may approach and present its closing argument.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies, gentlemen, esteemed citizens of Los Santos and the great state of San Andreas, we have heard many statements and claims here today. But the ones the prosecution pleads to be heard the most is the fact that on three, yes, count it, three separate occasions, the defendant himself admitted to doing the act brought into question here today. Be it under Miranda warning, Garrity right, or excited utterance, Mr. William White admitted to striking and ultimately killing Officer Jethro Gibbs. Mr. Gibbs, whom the prosecution cannot state enough, will never see another Christmas, will never grow to enjoy his golden years, will never live to see his children grow, graduate, and create and have children of their own. The prosecution only asks for the justice that Officer Gibbs should be afforded, that he is owed. And for this, thank you for hearing us, and thank you for your time.
Chat, you're gonna fucking make fun of me for this speech that I have to read, but I'm not in
The
charge of
counsel
it,
for
okay?
the appellant may approach.
I'm literally not.
Are you okay, Ms. Markov?
Yep, golden.
Carry on.
Your Honor, as we reach the culmination of this trial, we, and by we probably mean I, stand before you, holding the brush of truth, ready to put the final strokes on the canvas of justice. We have meticulously examined every detail, unveiling. My voice is going. I can't do this. Ace, it's your turn.
Thank you, Ms. Markov.
Sorry, I'm
No,
I'm dying.
you please take care of yourself there.
Your Honor, I was trying to.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Markov included, but I can do it.
Yes, it would be better not to put the ill individual in front of the court if she's not feeling well.
Sorry, Jack. I didn't want to do it.
Throughout this trial, we have shown that the accusation.
Actually, sorry, Miss Overspade. Bailiff, would you please get Miss Markov a glass of water or some Advil, whatever she needs?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Carry on.
Throughout this trial, we have shown that the accusations against Senior Officer William White are nothing more than accidental smudges on an otherwise
Thanks so much.
pristine
Appreciate
portrait
it.
of
Sorry.
an honorable officer.
Ace was
We
so
have unraveled
insistent
the
that I be
threads
up
of the
there.
prosecution's narrative, exposing the gaps and inconsistencies that mar their canvas of guilt. Just as a skilled artist knows when to step back and admire their work, we ask you, Your Honor, to take a step back and view the broader
Well,
picture.
maybe I should.
Look beyond the broad brushstrokes
ma'am.
of the prosecution's
We will not
rhetoric
tolerate
and see the
such
nuanced
behavior.
strokes of truth that reveal a
Thanks,
different
Mike.
story. One of a dedicated and innocent
gonna
officer
file a
caught in the
formal
crosshairs
report.
of circumstance. The evidence presented
Chad,
throughout
I'm
the
gonna
trial
file.
has
I'm
failed to
gonna
fill the
file
canvas
against
of guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. The prosecution's case rests on a fragile and incomplete brushstrokes that cannot withstand the weight of true justice. In contrast, we have presented a masterpiece of doubt, layering brushstrokes of reasonable doubt upon the canvas of this case. We have shown that Senior Officer White acted in good faith, guided by his unwavering commitment to protect and serve. His exemplary record as a decorated officer shines through, demonstrating his dedication to the colors of justice. We implore you to step back and examine the entirety of this canvas, see beyond the accusations, and focus on the truth that has been painstakingly revealed. With each stroke of doubt we have painted, we ask you to consider the profound impact of a verdict of innocence, restoring faith in not only Senior Officer White, but also the integrity of our justice system. In closing, we ask you to pick up the brush of justice and complete this portrait with a resounding verdict of not guilty. Let the vibrant hues of truth prevail and forever grace the canvas of William White's life. Thank you for your keen discernment and unwavering commitment to a just verdict.
Thank you. Just for reference for the court, Mr. White, have you, to this point, because this is an appeal and we're working things out here within the state of San Andreas, have you served any time in relation to the charges of that you were presented with today?
I was demoted and made to be dispatched.
That's not my question. Did you serve any time incarcerated?
No, no time was served.
Okay. So effectively, from my understanding, and Mr. Greco, I'm going to call on you here because you are present. Effectively, the state has taken a step generally to, we'll say, suspend the sentence that someone would otherwise serve and under, we'll say, more routine circumstances where someone is charged with a crime within the state of San Andreas.
Correct, Your Honor. At this time, Mr. White has not served any time in prison for these offenses, and while the charges were brought, he has not officially been remanded to any penitentiary or otherwise.
Yeah, he's been this quiet this whole time. I'm not sure why.
And that is the same with any financial penalty as well?
Correct.
That's
All
right.
the penalties have been suspended until this time.
Okay.
That's bad that he's
So
that.
this case is very delicate, and just for the betterment of the gallery, at the moment, the state does not have jury trials, and I, in my position, take it upon myself to review every case as if there were 12 people around me who would all have to come to the same conclusion. With that being said, there are a lot of factors here and lots of things that perhaps in more established jurisdictions could be used as reference, etc. And I could get into that, but it might just be long-winded for our purposes here. It's my opinion in this case that we have to reasonably take the actions of a reasonable person under these circumstances, as well as the actions of a reasonable officer.
I don't care enough,
treading
Chuck.
very carefully as to not set any precedent that would somehow impact law enforcement officers' ability to respond adequately to calls, as well as I want to ensure that there is a level of accountability. So in my verdict, which I will get to shortly, I'm going to cover these.
Someone
right
died,
now,
Moses. You fucking freak. No, I'm just kidding.
Someone has died today. Well, not today.
Oh God, did he hear me?
Someone has died
Did I
as a
unmute
result
that?
of the actions that we examined today, and it is unfortunate, in my opinion, that was not more heavily dwelled upon by either party. And I'm not admonishing anyone, but someone has lost their lives. And I want that to be the sole focus and remembrance of everyone in this courtroom today, that what we are examining here is a tragedy, no matter how we slice it. So to get to my verdict, and I'm going to read out the definition of vehicular manslaughter as it stands today, to the best of my knowledge currently, unless for some reason it has changed. I know sometimes our penal code does change slightly, but this is the definition that I have available to me currently, and it reads as follows. Vehicular manslaughter is the act of reckless or negligent killing of another through the use of a vehicle. And I want to draw specific focus to the word or. Reckless or negligent. Without getting too wordy and
Thank you very much. I
dragging this
appreciate
on
the compliment.
neither
Thanks.
further than it needs to be, I do believe that Mr. White's actions that day behind the wheel of the vehicle were negligent in the resulting death of Mr. Gibbs. I think that we could, as reasonable people, we can understand that there are many situations where an officer may need to respond to a situation where their vehicle is damaged. And there are, or again, the state of San Andreas, duty of care. There's a whole bunch of things here that we could really start diving way too deep into, but I'm going to try to keep this very high level. Generally speaking, I think it would be unreasonable to say that an individual outside of their vehicle, unless somehow explicitly acting in a way that would be deemed as negligent on their own behalf, i.e., diving in front of oncoming traffic, can be held liable for the operation of the vehicle that strikes them. Oh, apologies, I just had to stretch my arm out there. So with that in mind, I am going to rule in favor of the state that Mr. White is guilty of vehicular manslaughter in the resulting deaths of Mr. Gibbs. And I will dive deeper into my verdict in a written summary to be published at a later date. But with that being said, we are now going to get to sentencing. This is difficult because, as we know, recently, individuals who have perhaps been involved in similar cases have been granted suspension of their sentence. Now, do I believe that Mr. White, in this case, is guilty? Yes, I do. Do I think that he had a guilty conscience at the time and that his actions were somehow a level of intent involved? No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to suspend the sentence of Mr. White for a period of 60 days. In that period of time, he will not be permitted to operate any police vehicle.
The fuck?
And will be required to stay free.
I
of
half
any
won this case.
felonies
You know
or
what?
misdemeanors for that
I think it
period of
was.
time.
I think it was the
Should that 60
sympathy
days
of my voice
pass,
being gone, Chad. I'm gonna be honest. It was
the
me.
suspension will have terminated, and the charges will not be.
It was
applied
my
to Mr.
speech.
White's
You can clap. It's okay.
Should he fail to do so, then he will be incarcerated for a period of time to be determined based upon the egregious nature of the violation of the suspension agreement, and will be subject to appropriate fine as well in line with the current penal code. So, just be clear, Mr. White is his sentence is suspended. He is on paper being found guilty, but I'm going to suspend his sentence for a period of 60 days. And in that 60 days, he may not operate any kind of police vehicle, nor may he be found guilty of any misdemeanor. Otherwise, these charges will be applied to his record. With that being said, this case has come to a close.
Yeah, I
Has
agree.
read.
Zering. I'm pretty sure that's what he's
instruct you
doing.
to now
He doesn't want it to look like bias
disperse peacefully
towards Ace
and in a manner with due respect
and like
for the venue that you are.
awkward bias.
Thank you, ladies
So
and
I'm
gentlemen.
kind of hoping that's
and I
what
will
it
have
was
a
for.
written ruling to both parties later on.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
I did say, I believe, Katya, this is good.
If I have
this is
collected
good.
any weapons from you, please
This
come
is
see
good.
me so I may return
Why?
them. If you do not collect
I'll
them,
check
I
Save
will
you
throw
yourself for
them in
60
air.
later,
days.
but I gotta go.
Yes, I will. O'Neill, I need my
Good job.
gun and flashlight back, please.
What weapon
Oh
do
yeah,
you
me
have?
too.
really don't understand what happened now.
Springfield.
I can tell by the look on your
Bloody
face, you're a
Gatling gun.
little, you know,
That was my first court case.
stand
Hey!
bitch.
Did you lose it?
1911.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. We didn't win. We lost.
I've been on the court.
Well, you lost, but you know,
Did you know? I'm pretty sure that part of the reason why he's getting this stuff is because of the work that I did on Bishop's
I'll,
case.
I'll be outside. Yeah.
So one,
What did I
one
have,
win for
what
you
did
is
you give me,
going
sir?
over to another win for you.
P72
Because,
and
you
the
know,
flashlight.
he's not getting the charges unless he fucks up himself, no. So It's
Chat,
not your fault if he gets
it's-
the charges. Yeah, well,
You too, Mr.
it's a win
Williams.
for you, and you can.
I'm gonna go stand and smoke really quick and think. Just give me a second.
Martin,
Sorry.
you're here. You look different.
You didn't win.
Chat, we lost, but I'm pretty sure that everything that I did with Ace's shit legitimately overflowed into this. So I won.
Thing is, I know I'm guilty, okay, but it was an accident.
Chat. I won half of this case. It was literally because of my work.
Right, that bunny looking good.
Holy shit.
I didn't, they were going fast.
We lost the technical case because of the other ace, but we won because of me. God, I'm so good at my job. Wow.
Yeah, go the fuck home.
Shock. You don't have to say it so mean. Wow.
Well, no, I'm not saying it mean to you. I'm saying
like,
first of
damn.
all, you should. I mean, you should say it mean to fucking Ace for making you work and.
Yeah, fuck Ace. What the fuck was that? What the fuck?
And you're losing your voice. Let me make you do the opening statement.
I was like,
and the
hey.
closing statement.
I was like, hey, can you please do the statements? And he was like, nah, I'm too tired. And I was like, bitch, what the fuck?
Excuse me?
He literally said he was too tired. Oh, yeah. And he only woke up 5 minutes before the trial started, by the way.
You should have just left. You should have been like, the judge even gave you a way out. He was like, if you
I
need to
know,
leave, you can
but,
leave.
like,
You should
let's
have
be
just been
real.
like, later.
Who doesn't love watching things burn to the ground?
I mean, I would have
like watching a
preferred
train
to have
wreck.
watched. Yeah, true. It was. It definitely was. I don't think Ace is ever gonna have another client in the city.
Well, if he does, best of luck to them, I guess.
Yeah. No, I wasn't trying to be a bitch the way I
No,
was
I
saying
know,
that to
I
you.
know,
I'm
I
just
know.
like all of us over on the other side were like, is he seriously making her say the closing statement too?
Was it bad? Did it sound that bad?
You sound like you're on death's door.
I feel that pretty much that close. I need to go talk to Kit really quick. Sorry, give me 2 seconds.
No problem.
Kit! 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 Kit!
Hey.
Kit.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking A.
Kit.
That was,
Guess what?
Yeah.
We lost because of Ace. But guess what?
But still won in the long
Do you
haul.
know what the win is from?
What?
It's
Oh,
from
because of
my
Bishop.
Ace Bishop plea deal that I did.
Yeah,
I
know
literally,
about that plea deal. It's
literally
insane.
carried over a win. Holy shit.
It's like set a
I'm so good at
precedent
my job.
for police. Good job.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
no, that was a dumpster fire. The fact that that's a success at all is honestly great. And honestly, I feel really good about myself.
Yeah, I'm like very little things to talk about. Like there's like very little we could do. I think the key thing is like no matter what happened, I think you could tell not a single person would have judged you for how bad you were thinking. I think you could have been very straightforward with that and just holy shit, I'm sick. I am not going to speak, and no one would have said anything. And then
I told
let Ace's,
him.
and
I
then
told
let
him I
Ace's
couldn't do
performance-
it.
I know.
Kit, I
lead
said
for itself.
I can't do it, and then
Did he
he
write-
said
did he
he
write
said
that
I'm
fucking-
too tired to do it.
Did
I
you
said,
see
I
him?
am
He was
sick.
sitting
said,
in
"I'm
there
too
all day.
tired." Yeah, he was asleep.
Sat in there.
Do you know he didn't wake up until 5 minutes before it started?
He sat in that behind there for hours, getting paid to sleep. Trust me, he's getting
Kid,
all of the reports
I just
against
don't-
him.
I want to file a report against him for I don't know, making me do that.
And also, I mean, the judges are. He got reprimanded multiple times by the judge. He is not looking good.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. Also, he
he's
was
also-
mad at me. He really wanted me to read like 8 paragraphs for the opening
Of
statement
magic
and 8
bullshit
paragraphs
about
yeah, paint brushes and canvas.
paintbrushes and pictures. Yeah, people were mocking him. I saw Sal taking notes, and it's not good.
Dying.
Yeah, you're dying. Everyone's aware you're dead. Yeah, this is not good. And you know he's abusing. He's like filing his business requests and pocketing money from the government. I'll be surprised if he keeps his bar. This isn't good for him. So here comes Mr. Greco. I would stay here because he's probably going to compliment you. Okay. Yeah. I just sent a note to the folks internally. Essentially, it's there's gonna be some more public defense opportunities where you don't have to like if you want to work for the state, you can work for the state. It's gonna happen.
Hi, Greco.
The team did great out there. Your team did a great job. But,
You sure did. Well, it's a good thing. That's a good thing for Mr. White that Justice Power has such a hard on for Ace that he is willing to let another body slide in his courtroom in front of everybody like that.
That's what I was. Katya's done a pretty solid job on that side.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no,
you know,
it
getting them a
was- there was a
suspended sentence
dumpster
just
fire on my side.
by sheer force of will. I mean, the judge basically handed you that like a condolences card.
I would say it
I was a
sympathy
little
for
bit
me being
surprised
forced
to
to do
see
this
that.
fucking speeches.
He's a coward.
Fuck Ace, dude. He comes in and I'm like, I can't do the speeches. Like, you can tell, right?
Hey, how much?
I can't do them. He's like,
how
I'm
much
too
did White
tired to
charge?
do them.
How much did White get charged?
What do you mean? I don't
for
actually
legal
know
fees.
what Ace charged him.
Okay, because that's
Yeah, I
coming
think-
back in sanctions.
Yeah, because Ace was the main one, and I don't know if he charged him.
All right, Kit, could you look into that for me? Because that's going on a fucking sanction.
Oh, trust me, there's a lot that I'm gonna look into with this. I did not like that.
He was
overall
asleep in the
decorum, so-
lobby. Ace was asleep
Yeah,
in the
he
lobby.
slept in the
until
lobby on
5
the
minutes before.
on the state's dime for I think 5 hours. So
No
I
shot.
checked in on him all.
Yeah, he
yes, yes, he was hiding in the booth in the courthouse. I think I'm the only one that really knows him. I saw a man in a top hat there and yelled at him every hour, so he didn't respond once. So I'm going to report a couple of things to the state. Yeah, not a good day for Mr. Of Spades. Yeah.
Well, I got some good news for you, Katya. Here is your signed and executed agreement for Mr. Bishop. His
thank
suspension
you.
period begins today and will conclude 60 days from now. So
That's good news.
you'll have a copy sent to your office for records. And I guess Mr. White can extend his gratitude to yourself and Mr. Bishop for his action. I guess that's more than enough for him to get off. Well, you know what? Guilty is guilty. I don't really care
That's right.
how
There you
Mr.
go.
White
Yeah,
shakes out. I
guilty
really
is
don't.
guilty.
You know,
It's
I don't hold any ill will against the man. It's unfortunate that as Mr. of Spades called him, that Jethro Gibbs rather is now just an accidental smudge on an
Correct.
otherwise
Masterpiece
fantastic
painting,
masterpiece of painting of innocence. I think is what
brushstrokes
we call it.
of
Yes.
blood and
Yeah,
a lot of imagery there. A lot of imagery.
I did not like that at all. And also, it was like 10 paragraphs per speech.
I know.
I ended the first one halfway through. I just want to say, I intentionally
sorry that
cut it
happened to
off,
you.
and he was so pissed off at me.
The patients, while probably running 100+ degree fever to even deal with that is
Yeah, I just
a lot of fortitude.
I may have been mouthing the word coward to him from across the room for the entirety of the proceedings.
I mean, he
think
was
Fucking
kind of a lot
I could
of a
see
coward.
your mouth from a distance. I was actually doing the same. I think I saw you smirking. I was trying to keep it in.
I was
but,
glaring at him the whole time.
taking notes the whole time. Just know he's been on my list, dodging me. I know where he sleeps now, which is bizarre.
I just want to
Worst
say
place to sleep.
that I know my job was a defense attorney, but I intentionally didn't object like 3 or 4 times out of spite. So
I mentioned to Katya, like I think being the biggest note is being straightforward with the justices, or
Okay,
whomever
hold
the
on,
justice
pause.
is. Like
Let's
I'm
just
ill.
Pause a second. Miss Katya, can I just tell you something that you should, as a prosecutor, you should never say out loud, which is that like you willfully did your client's disservice out of
Well,
spite to your other co-counsel.
I would never do that normally.
Okay. Well, just keep it in mind that as a state prosecutor, the pursuit of what is right for all, precedes personal grudges. So
I
I'm
know
not trying
that.
to come down on you. I know you're in a very difficult situation. Ace has done you a terrible, terrible disservice by throwing you literally into a flaming pit of just ineptitude. So I wish that hadn't happened to you. And the only reason I say things like this to you is to guide maybe something that you wouldn't hear Ace saying is do the right thing, because what he did here was not the right thing, and not even offering to talk to me about a plea agreement with Mr. White It's just, the word of the day I think is negligent, and that's what I'll use.
Yeah, I told him we should try for a plea deal, and he said, no, I want a trial. He also pushed for a trial for bishops, and I told him no, and then, thank God, fucking Ace fired him. Holy shit.
I am normally I don't say thank God for another guilty plea around dead bodies to vehicular manslaughter, but thank fucking God that you guys didn't make me do that to him again. Oh man, tough.
Yeah. I honestly was stunned in there, to be honest. I did not expect that, but I want to say I was beyond impressed with your team. It was great to see. They're on their toes. That's a model of what, if any. I'm glad some of the junior defense attorneys showed up there. That's a model of how a team should operate. So you're running a great ship over there, Mr. Greco.
Yeah, it was really educational. I really liked being a part of it.
Yeah.
Even if it
Hey,
was
that's what being
opposite
well
side.
prepared looks like.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my keynote from this trial for everyone else is be prepared. Underscore. Don't ask the same questions that have already been answered because you will look like
No
a
doubt.
fool.
It's
All right, I'll let you
listen,
go. All right?
hey, I gotta grab a word with the Marinos.
See you,
Come
fellas.
here.
Well, hey, I just want to say
All right,
you
Kit.
did great in there, all right?
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
Kathy,
thank
you
you.
did great. I'm sorry you're not feeling well.
That's okay, guys. Thanks.
Yeah. If you are, I don't know, you're a leading state prosecutor, but if that is the case, just know what I'm saying is we lost the amazing Alice, unfortunately, to the prosecution side. We're opening a state defense side, which is pretty much what you just did there. That means you can work for police, you can do whatever you want, but it is part of the state as well, not private practice. So you work out of City Hall, opposite of the AG, and you get paid more than the rest of the attorneys do, because you're not working under any sort of.
There's a lot of green,
Yeah, no,
Oh, look at
it's
this.
okay.
Hey, kid.
So dear, how?
Ready?
Sorry for that surprise today. Not supposed to happen.
Yeah, I know. Hey, it goes
One
with what I
of the
said
many
before.
things that went wrong.
Yeah, like having no targeted approach to a fucking case is also one that I saw going wrong.
Yeah. I think I collectively am dying inside with Katya here.
Yeah.
I can feel
I know,
her
yeah,
death.
you feel better. I know you.
Yeah, not only is running 100-degree
it's okay.
fever,
It's
but
fine. Everything's fine.
did her best.
Well, it was
know it.
also
I
very
begged
obvious
him,
that it
guys.
was
I
not on
begged
you,
him to
so-
please God just not make me do the statements, and he just, I'm too tired. I can't do them.
Yeah, rough one.
Oh,
I guess I'll just go fuck myself. It's fine.
But we're getting some more autonomy soon.
Hey, well, you know what?
We're opening up the state defense, which means actual thoroughly
sound appealing,
handpicked
actually.
defense attorneys by yours truly.
Okay,
not
to
just
represent state police, because
That's right.
Oh, thank God.
like represent state police, be the ones that go to the cells, so it's not a mad rush of anyone looking for a penny. Like paid a little bit higher rate than everyone else.
More
that,
qualified
takes retainer.
representation
You nailed
because of the I thank
Yep.
you. I
Yep.
hate that White is a martyr though.
It's the first of a few. That's all I'm gonna say. Just stay tuned for that. Yeah, I think he did bet. He walked out in a way to prove that this was not a representation of who he is, or
Yeah, I could just get a bunch of illegals to do
he is a
it.
masterful painter, blah blah blah, that stuff. But I think he'll.
Sorry,
he'll
I almost
show,
threw
he'll
up.
show that.
I was
I'm
reminded of
sorry
the
to
painting.
bring that up.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But he'll. I think he'll.
Thank you.
He'll bounce back in a little while here and be back in the public eye's good graces. I do not agree with the whole throwing that your other officer under by the wayside in the way that Katya's colleague did. But we'll clean that up, and ideally there will be I'm going to work on that, just so you know.
All right.
And then ideally everyone moves forward here, and he gets his life back on track.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody in that courtroom felt that White meant to do that.
No.
The intention was not there. Well, everyone knows that. No, you can tell he's a decent human being. Just
And the judge felt that
fucked
way
up.
too. You could
Yeah.
feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, he said it too, yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. By the letter of the law, he was culpable of the crime. So, I mean, there's not much you can do about it.
End of the day, manslaughter's manslaughter. There's not much I can do about it.
That's right. I don't know if I've met you before, officer.
He needed to fight the negligence part. Like,
again, Ace went high on this Garrity. When
that's what he does. He picks this fucking weird ass thing to use, and it doesn't have any fucking effect on.
No,
anything.
the second it became like it became a criminal circumstance, it's irrelevant. You know,
Yeah,
it's
it's a
not
real-
an internal investigation.
The food of the poisonous tree shot doesn't really help that
I know.
usual. Yeah.
It's he does that, so I'll be working on that.
Yeah, I mean, he fought like a fucking RS thing with some guy who was on the scene of a riot. I think I told you about this. And like, I have the RS, I have to stop, and it didn't matter after all that because the motherfucker ran from us. So all that went out the window. We didn't even charge him for a fucking robbery, you know. So it's like the RS of the stop was warranted and, you know, legal, and he fucking just wanted to argue that for like an hour. And you know, in the end, he had nothing really. Just needs to pick his battles better. He's just not fighting them right. Poor fucking guy, though. I mean, hey, you know what?
Hopefully,
Sorry, I
going
had some
forward, that
throat
won't be a
problems.
recurring issue.
Yeah, Justice Rehnquist is pulling together some bar complaint forms. I think in the coming 24 hours. So just say there's going to be a deluge, and you probably anticipate.
Hey, can I ask you just a
who they're
question, if you wouldn't
targeted
mind,
at? So,
just relation to your
stay tuned.
representation?
I hate to be such a stick in the fucking mud, but I want, you know.
Yeah, I hear
know,
you. We gotta right the ship a bit. We can't with you guys, especially for getting some you know, state defense attorneys where you'll have that on your side. You know, it's folks like Katya actually want to work with you guys. So, yep. So yeah, stay tuned.
right.
Things
Yeah,
are
sounds good.
changing. At least this is a sign of we actually have court cases here. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like I mean, the judge was great. I think the system felt right.
Yeah, and we're getting microphones in there soon.
Oh, good. Yeah, so we can hear in the back and all that. Yeah, okay.
That's
I
right.
did it. Hi, goat.
That's
So things
good.
are changing. Yeah.
I mean, we made it work. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, I think the storm's coming. I'll let you guys
Oh, right, yeah,
cruise
true.
down wherever
Okay.
you're going, and maybe see you guys at the beach or something in a little while. But have a good rest of the evening. Hopefully see you soon.
Oh, good shit. Thank you, Kit.
All right.
How you feel better?
Thanks,
feel
guys.
better, Katya.
I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, rest up, and we'll talk about you know, the other stuff later.
fucking
No
sleep.
rush, okay? We can also
Well, we can
ask
talk
for an
about it now
extension.
if you want.
No, let's ask for extension. Let's ask for a couple days because you're ill. They know that's the
Is that
same judge,
okay?
okay? Yeah, those are the same judges. I'll request it, okay?
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, go get some rest.
Ah, yes. Rest.
All right, talk to you soon, guys.
You've made it. Go do it.
Yeah, you made it. Go drink
did
some
it.
liquor and go to sleep.
All right. We'll see you guys
Yeah,
later. I'm
thank
gonna
you.
get out of here.
Do you want to come tsunami with me?
Hey, kid.
Oh yeah, sure. We're joining the drone together, huh?
Usual spot?
Yeah, sure. I'm
I
guessing
can
you're
pick
not
you up
coming
if you
back
wanna go
after
clock
that.
off. Yeah,
I've got
probably
it.
not. I'm very tired.
Yeah. You should probably rest your voice for a little bit, huh? And you know, I've got some sleep to catch up on as well. You wanna meet me at the police department because I get
Yeah. I'll pick you up.
got my walk. Yeah, okay. I'll see you there, huh?
Okay.
Hey,
By the
Katya.
way,
Yeah,
You
what's
okay?
up? Yeah. What's up? Sorry, I'm sick.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm just sick. That's all. What's up?
Okay. I just wanted to thank you again. Just being there, you've been at the meetings as well with me. Just wanted to thank you.
Oh, what I
properly.
said before, don't worry about appealing or anything because we don't have to now unless you want to appeal the guilty verdict.
No. This is adequate punishment, and I'm willing to go through with it.
I just want to say, Ace fucked the case, but like you literally got what you got because of me. So, love you.
Yeah, I know. So thank you.
Big hugs. Big hugs,
Yep.
bud.
Big
We
hug.
did it.
Big hug. We did.
I'm
Thank
really
you
happy for
again.
you, so do your best, okay? Don't mess up. Remember, 60 days, okay?
60 days.
All right.
Yeah. All
You
right.
did it.
Thank you.
You could do it. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm
Thank you
proud
for
of
being
all
so
of us.
positive when I wasn't.
I had faith. I could not break. I'm too stubborn.
Good, good, good. I'm really proud of you. All right,
Thank
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go get ready to drown, and I hope you have a good rest of
Yeah,
your day. Okay, bud?
please have. Yeah, make sure you rest. All right, please.
Yeah, yeah, I will.
Okay. Take care then.
All right, I'll see you later, White. I'll meet you at PD. Okay.
Okay, hen. By the way, I'm just working to real quick. I know that I know that this weren't per se you know, a win, quote unquote, but yeah, I wouldn't have got this if it weren't for your work in the first place. So I'm proud of you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
I agree, Hans. It's your first technical, you know, win in a cart room, so
True. It's pretty good.
plenty more to come, but hopefully in a less fucking stressful side.
Yeah, hopefully. All right, chat. I need to go change my lipstick. I don't need to be depressed anymore. I was having an emo phase. I'm gonna be honest, chat. I genuinely don't know. Like, what the fuck happened? I actually succeeded because of shit I did on Ace's case. That's so funny to me. Chad, so what I'm gathering from this, okay, is that me becoming an attorney specifically for Ace was the best choice. I'm just saying, like, kind of the best. Kind of the best choice. Fuck, I've parked so far away. Why did I park so far away? No, I'm not gonna think Ace. No. Yeah, White was absolutely fucked if it wasn't for the Ace case. Oh, I'm so glad that worked out. Like, I don't mind losing. I'm just really glad that worked out. Okay, cosmetic. Is this my communist red or is this my this one? I think. I'm at least 60% sure. All right. That was literally the best case scenario, yeah. Out of all of that, that was... Yeah, that was the best case scenario. Okay, I'm just gonna take a minute to process chat. Give me a sec. I'll be silent. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'll put music on. Yeah, I couldn't find him in all the chaos, so I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to talk to him another time. I'll probably run into him, to be honest, like, quite a lot.
Good morning to you.
Either head. Sorry, just trying to figure out how that camera works.
I have arrived.
Yeah, you're right. They're real stale. Fucking permanent down the road as well.
If you got to break off sometime and do a little construction job, $300, that'll pay a room easy.
Looking good,
Hello,
cuties.
Officer Ron,
sir.
Looking
Hey,
good, guys.
Emily! What you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, we're just headed back to the motel. Me and the boys, we're gonna go crack a few cold ones, you know. We got some, I don't want to say sex workers, because that's what they say. We got a couple strippers coming over.
They're just strippers. They're just strippers, though.
Well, no. If you talk to them, they'll tell you. They'll tell you. Trust me.
Barry, you can't
Yep.
literally
Yep.
just say that you're gonna fuck these two dudes and move on, my guy. It's not that big of a deal.
What the hell?
You know, Barry should be proud of himself. You know, times are changing. It's 1985. You can do that.
Yeah, you can fuck dudes if you want to fuck dudes. Like, I don't know why he's being so weird about it.
I don't know. The guy likes a man in a uniform. You know, he's like a gate guard beige bunny.
Oh, a gate bunny. Ooh. So sexy.
The red looks better on you, by the way, hen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't like the black lipstick.
Not that I didn't like it. You know, you like that little sad.
Yeah, I was a little sad today. It was just.
Yeah, today sounded like a fucking real doozy, but well, everyone was talking, not a single bad word about you, you know. That when they said that defense attorney, they were all just like that fucking magician. That's what they kept calling the guy.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. You did great up there. You did what you could. You had a real hard fucking case given to you. And as far as this goes, all the work of you fucking pushing and in the other end, got this one to be a real lenient one as well. So, what else can you fucking do?
Well, so Greco offered me a position as a prosecutor. But Kit
like
just
that.
offered me a position as like one of the higher up defense attorneys working with the state.
Oh, so you'd
like,
either be.
defending you guys.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, like
this
working with cops and stuff.
Oh, well, hold. It's a thinker right there.
Yeah, it's rough because like prosecution is cool, but I like being a defense attorney. But if I work under the state as a defense attorney for like the police, then I can help you if anything happens with you. Well, I probably can't, but you know.
I don't think that there'd be no. I don't think that there'd be any. Oh, Jesus Christ, at that time already. But
Yep,
I don't think that there'd be that much of an issue. But, you know, you get the way up. And if you like being a defense attorney and you can handle the stress, then go about doing all the stress. Okay?
All right.
End of the day is whatever you feel happier doing it.
Now we kiss in the rain.
I love you, and you know that.
I love you lots.
I love you too. Just a break for. That was a quiet one.
What?
You went real quiet for a second. What was that over?
I was thinking really hard in my head about toast.
Toast.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Enigma, thank you so much for the raid. Damn, now I've got to stay on a little bit longer. Fuck. It's fine. I actually need to do some paperwork and shit anyway, so it's fine. Okay, that's perfect. Justice for white. That's what we love. I need to find it. Hold on. I'm trying to fucking find something and I keep losing track of what I'm doing. Oh, do you play white? Shit, what did I just do? This Minnesota accent. That's it. What if I clicked on? Oh god. Master, you okay? I was trying to fucking go to your stream to follow you. And I accidentally opened it and it just got ads. Holy fuck, that scared the shit out of me. Oh god, I'm actually like so happy that the sentence got suspended. That was such a disaster. Holy fuck. It was bad. That was real bad. That was real bad. But you know what? It's fine. Everything's fine. It was good RP. And it was really good at like a first case to like learn what not to do and stuff. So I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. And I like that like all the work and stuff that was done with Bishop's case carried over to yours. Mostly because, let's be honest, like I care a lot about myself. Duh. And it looks good for me so I can like move up in some positions so I can move my communism stuff forward. What not to do, ask the same question 3 times. Forget the last question that you asked. Get yelled at by the judge a few times. Just the normal things. I need to blow my nose. Hold on. Yeah, Katya is communist Russian spy. Unironically, actually a communist Russian spy. She's very bad at her job, though. Bro, how good is Rasputin? Anytime someone asks me what I like, I put on Rasputin. Chad, I'm just gonna wait for the loud music to play while it's loading, and then I'm gonna go pee because I've been holding my pee for like 2 hours, and I really need to pee. Sorry, chat. I was coughing up my lungs for a second.
Hello there.
Oh, God. Whoa. All right. I need to cough some more.
How you doing?
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm gonna end up fucking Marjorie, probably. I'm just gonna go full lesbian. No one can stop me now! Chat, all I expect from all of this is like, okay, hold on, let me pause this. I only want Ace to ruin the wedding. That's it. That's all I want. I want Ace and Barry to absolutely ruin the wedding. I'm not, oh my god, I'm not gonna actually fuck March. I'm sorry, kid, I'm not actually gonna fuck March. I am genuinely weighing the options, but I do have like a preference for defending cops. But I mean, never know. Does anyone object to this union? Literally half of the people at the wedding object. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, Kit. You're so sweet. You're such a nice character to talk to. Kit's a nice person, chat. I really like, I like Ron and Ace arguing with each other so much. I think it's so funny. I love, oh my god, and Ramona is gonna be so pissed off that I actually am going through with the wedding. Like, she's gonna be so mad at me. She was so against me just getting married, and I'm just gonna do it anyway. It's okay, half the people who listen to Ron can't understand what he's saying. I'm waiting for, I'm waiting for, like, the objections to happen, and, like, Barry, Ace, and Marge all stand up and object, because Marge secretly has a love interest with Katya, because she's so exotic, and her name is Katya. And then I leave Ron at the altar for Marjorie. How about that? Chat, Gavin sent me something you guys need to look at. Hold on. Wait. Here you go, chat. We just need to add Marge to it. Somewhere. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it, man. It was, I'm literally dying. Like, if I try to thank people or get, like, high-pitched at all, like, if I go, thank you so much for the subs, like, if I try to sound nice, it's really bad and it's really tight, but if I try to sound like a man, I can almost sound like a man. Oh, Katana and Marge are in the back making out. Yeah, Katya is the same character as Emily. I just make I made people call me Emily in the beginning. Yeah, the not communist. Totally not a communist. Don't worry about it. It's fine. No, you do? It's me, Memily. As your rock star, are you Paul? Is it Paul? Yeah, Paul. the songs, the music that you made was really cool. I like it a lot. I love when there's like artists and stuff in RP servers. They just make wild music. Also, can anybody link me the song? Does anyone have the song by that guy? I want to hear it. Yeah, two lesbian babies in love or whatever. Yeah, the Awkward Johnson song. Someone linked me a clip yesterday of Penta asking Awkward Johnson if he could write like a really oddly specific song about being in love with his lawyer and his wife is a lesbian and he's on murder charges or some shit. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what the clip said, but something along those lines. Someone linked it, and people in chat have been saying that the song actually got made, and I want to hear it. Dance, chat! Dance now. Well, it's a good thing we've already signed. Oh, I gotta send. Hold on, I gotta send Penta. Yeah. I gotta go to the post office chat. I gotta send official mail to Penta that he can resume work. And then, actually, I will I'll let PD know first that they can rehire him whenever they feel like it, if they would like to. Then I'll send him mail letting him know, because I don't think he's in the server right now. Someone said he was playing Vice City, but I don't know if that's true. The Golem game. Ew, really? Oh. Yeah, everyone was at the court case.
Hey, I'll meet you over at Sal's.
Do this time, Enzo.
My nose
No,
is filled
I
with
was trying to walk
boogers.
here, and she fucking decided that walking off was a better idea.
Maybe it's what you didn't say that really caused that problem.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
Enzo.
Hi, sorry I didn't see you over here. Hi, how are you?
No, it's okay. I need to talk to Enzo if that's okay.
Oh my God.
Enzo,
Oh,
okay.
Jesus Christ.
What are you
Didn't
wearing?
know that was feasible. That's what I wear when I'm riding my bike. I'm about to go up north.
Oh.
Probably.
Oh.
And I don't want to
Wow.
get fucked up.
That's
Does it look bad?
No, it looks real
Over there at the desk wants to
real
see
nice.
what it's about.
Okay. I was hoping. I was trying to find something like fashionable but also protective at the same
The one in
time.
the blue.
Hoping.
Berry.
Yeah, it's
Found that
it's real
mania.
good.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, just hold off, though. I'll be right there.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hi,
Kat, you
Enzo.
okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just telling you that you guys can hire Ace back whenever you want. The paperwork went through.
Oh, okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I was just letting you guys know in case you see him
All right.
before he checks his mail.
Yeah, sounds good. Where you guys going?
We're going to the bar.
Oh, okay. Muff has a fucking thing at 11 or in like 30 minutes too.
Yeah.
So I don't
How
know.
was she doing?
We'll be over there after, I think.
Is she performing?
I think so.
Is Perry
Oh my God, I
down?
would
It's
love
where?
to
I'll go
go.
change.
I don't know where though. I don't know where she's
Oh,
going. Is it another
okay.
tequila?
So helpful.
It might
If
be
it's the beach, I
Sal's.
need to go
I
get
think
my
Sal's
I need to go
had
get my
a
bathing
thing.
suit on.
I think it's Sal's.
I thought
Oh, it's
Sal's thing was
Salieri's?
at 10.
Oh. No, I think, well, she
They've
had
got
something
two.
else
They've
at
got
10.
two.
I
They
think it's
did one-
Salieri's.
They
I
did
think
one
it's
at 10 and
Salieri's,
then
yeah.
they're doing one tonight.
I think it's Salieri's, yeah, one.
Katya, can I ask a favor?
What?
That's
What
great
is
though.
it?
Thank you, Katya. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know.
Did you want to go to Muffy's thing?
No, I'm
Want me to
your
find
bar.
something to wear?
Okay. I mean, we can still do both.
You
I
want me to
have
help you
this and I
find
have my
something
court
to
outfit.
wear?
That's it. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know what to wear.
Yeah, okay, come on.
Okay, well, it's true. So
Hold on.
I got boogers in my nose.
Sorry for bumping it. I'm sorry about that.
Is that light bulb?
I just,
Guess I'm not going into the
didn't mean
fucking
to. I didn't
mountains
see you
yet.
there. I wasn't paying attention.
Where
I
do you wanna
lost my
go?
own thoughts.
I don't know. You want to go to the south side one for now?
Lots of things, actually.
Yeah, I'll meet you there.
The one that's by the post office, right?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm thinking about possibly leaving this.
I love light bulb, dude. That's totally tubular. Yeah. Totally tubular. It's like she's always questioning what she's saying. Like she reads it from a notebook. Yeah, that's like really radical.
Yeah, I don't dress up, and I have someone who's probably not going to the thing, but I don't know. I feel like I don't look good 90% of the time.
Yeah,
I know
Dina.
that sounds so depressing, but it's true. So I don't know what to wear to a party.
Party clothes. What kind of party is it?
I don't know. Apparently there's something going on at Salieri. There we go. It's on the wall.
All right, hold on. Where's my party outfit?
Oh, sorry. I don't mean to crowd the changing room with you. No.
So like what's your vibe? You know, like I got this, you know, this is one of my party dresses.
I don't. Can I be honest with you? I have no fucking clue.
Are you
Here,
like
I'll show you. I'll show you all the
showy
outfits I own.
person? Are you like a
Not really. I mean, not that I'm opposed to it. I've just never had an excuse. I've got this. This is what I wear to work.
Right?
This is what I wear when I'm going into the courtroom. And then I wear this to bed. It's quite literally all I own.
Oh, Alice.
So like there's a party and I'm like, cool. I have socks and sandals. I don't think that's okay. Did I even grab money? I got a little bit.
I've got. Where did I get this money from?
Maybe
Who
I'll
gave me
start with
money?
this and just make it look better. Like maybe I should just put on a dress.
Someone gave me $60, and I don't know who.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, well. Now you have $60.
Someone just slipped that in there at some point in time. I don't remember doing anything, but I guess, you know, I did.
Katya, why are you still
I'm
awake?
going to bed soon, I promise.
I don't believe you. You're wearing a fucking potty dress. I don't
Wait,
believe you.
did I take that out? Oh, I might have. You know, that was me. I slipped it into my own pocket, I guess.
Salieres or something else?
I think so.
Damn.
A friend of mine, Muffy's performing somewhere, and they think it's Salieres. So I wanted to stop in and say hi, anyways.
Well, I'll probably see you all there
Oh,
then.
that's nice. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this one's nice. I just like the flame pants, though.
So should I do a dress or should I do a top and pants?
Well, it depends. Are you feeling like casual or more dressed up?
I'm kind of hoping somebody's gonna be there, and if he is there, whichever one is gonna make him like me more. That sounded so pathetic. I didn't say that. I've never worded a sentence like that ever in my life.
So in the rack, 503 of the overshirt rack is this top.
In front of me, I can't. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm
You're
sorry.
fine.
I'm sorry. Let me just move away.
Fuck, that's hats. All right.
I'm gonna blow my nose, chat.
Hi. Muffy, where are you performing?
Tequila Law in like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, everyone's saying Salieres. I'm very confused.
Okay. Yeah. I can do that. Ugh, is that dress then?
Oh my god.
I feel like that's a
Kiki.
dress occasion.
Yeah, like a tight
My
dress.
head hurts. I can't.
I feel like so in the way of everyone. Hold on.
Alrighty, I will see you guys there.
Okay. Since I can't communicate well when I'm digging through dresses, I like orange.
Yeah.
So I can't tell if I should go with the strapless orange or the ones with the straps.
Go through them again and I'll tell you. Do I stay up long enough to go to Tequila La chat or do I call it? Because I don't know if I want to stay awake much longer. I need to send mail to Ace and then I think I might just go to sleep. By sleep, I mean log off. I like that one better, that dress, more than the other one. That color looks really good. yeah, I don't really want to do much today. You know what I mean? I kind of just want to go relax. So I think that's probably what I'll do. I'll help Alice get dressed and then I will go to the post office. Send a mail to Ace. And then I think that's all I needed to do today. We didn't win, but we didn't lose. I know that doesn't really make any sense. Basically, we lost in that White is technically found guilty. But they carried over the deal that I did for Ace. So he basically got a 60-day suspension of his charges instead of actually being charged properly and sent to prison and stuff. So basically, I'm a success story and everyone else sucks.
Okay. Oh, fuck me. God damn it. Okay. Please tell me I have enough left on me to change my shoes. I think I do. Let's put on, I'm thinking nude heels, like beigey kind of ones.
Oh yeah, nude for sure. Yeah, if you don't have enough money, I've got extra cash. I'll just give it to you. Trying to figure out where to stand so I'm not in the way, but I'm not in the rack. Yeah, the dress color is kind of cool, actually. I kind of like it.
What do you think? I think I'm going to change my glasses too into like sunglasses or something.
Oh, yeah, sunglasses for sure. Oh, fucking rack.
All right. This is it. What do you think?
I'm gonna be honest, I barely recognize you as Alice. You look amazing. You always look amazing, but I mean, like, you look, you know, like bangable right now.
Thank you. Nope, that's not what I was going for, but thank you.
Well,
I don't want to own
I mean,
that that's what I was going for because I totally would not want anybody to get that impression from me.
I mean,
especially
you're
if
looking,
somebody's-
you're waiting for someone so specific, so I
No,
feel like.
Nope, I don't know what you're talking about. I
okay.
said I take back. Where the fuck is my car? I can't get on a bike in this.
Oh. Well, I mean, you can get on the bike like that.
I can, and it's
just
over on
drive
Elgin, so
very delicately to the garage.
yeah, it's like right next to us. All right, let's see how.
And then I could drive you to your car if you want.
Well, my car's at the same place I gotta park
Oh,
this, so
convenient. My nose is filled with boogers, and I am so sad. Just kidding, I just have a really bad headache. I'm coughing and straining my voice. Poop, 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 poop. I'm gonna say bye to Alice, and then I'm gonna go send my mail. Should I be a rude bitch or, like, nice?
Are you staying up or are you going to bed?
I'm just gonna go send some mail to someone and probably head to bed because I'm dying.
Good. You should. All right. Go to.
I hope you have fun
Jesus,
and you
I
get
should not do
noticed
that
by
in
whoever it
this.
is you're trying to impress.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Either that or he's gonna be working, which whatever. Anywho,
Well, then just get
yeah.
arrested. It's a cop, right?
No, that is not. Katya.
Oh, don't lie to me. Come on.
It is.
Same.
But no, I'm
I
not
love
getting
cops.
arrested
I'm
for it,
literally called a badge bunny constantly.
I know.
I can't help it.
Well,
They're
I
so
didn't know
hot.
that. What the hell? I thought you were okay. I'm not even. We can break this down when you're not sick. Go to bed.
They're just so
Go to
hot,
bed.
Alice. I just love men in uniform, okay?
I agree with you, but go to bed.
Good night. Good night. It's a lawyer thing, chat. I'm pretty sure it's just a part of being a lawyer is that you just want to fuck every cop. I got a really hot cop in uniform talk to me. Any kind of sexually. Fuck him. If I was playing Emma from No Pixel, like my No Pixel character, I would be banging every cop. But I'm not playing Emma, and I'm betrothed-ish. I'm almost married. Is she streaming Winters?
Oh, is he the party fella?
Yeah, it's not Kai. It's someone else. It's the name escapes me at the moment. I just woke
No,
up. I
that's all right.
apologize.
No, I know there was some fella running around promoting some parties and such and whatnot, so I figured it may have been him. But alrighty, y'all take care.
You take
Enjoy your
care, bro.
night. Stay safe.
Your mom. My kid is coughing up a lung. You are now free to police again. Please behave. Katya. Perfect. Perfect mail. Now I need to send one to Ramona. Hey, so you know how we talked about me not getting married? Yeah, so I'm getting married. Got the invites and everything. I'd love for you to be my maid of honor. Love you lots. She's gonna yell at me. I look forward to that response. Holy fuck. Truly I do. Okay, so I spoke with Enzo, so Enzo knows. Did me my mail. I'm pretty sure I did not need to talk to anybody else. But I'm not really sure. Chat, do you know if I needed to talk to anyone else? I don't think I did. I think I'm okay. Fudge. Oh, yeah. I gotta pick a day first. I can't actually put the wedding invites up yet. Because I think we're not gonna do it this weekend. We're probably gonna do it during the week. Because I can't do it this weekend. And I don't want to wait until next weekend. I want to make sure that everyone that I want to be there will be able to be there. And by everyone, I mostly mean I need Barry and Ace to show up. Yeah, Penta's off days are Mondays and Tuesdays. I think I was thinking Thursday, which is Friday for me. But I have to check because I think we need to check and see the availability of the officiator or whatever they're called. Can't remember. Yeah, sometime in mid-June. Yeah, I'm not waiting that long, but I'm rushing the yeah, Raven. I'm rushing the well, I'm gonna invite Marge. I'm gonna invite a lot of people. Everyone basically is getting invited. I just want to see who will cause chaos and who won't. Chat, my literal 2-day wedding that was like, I knew the guy for 2 days and literally got gaslit into a wedding on my other character. Like, someone objected at that wedding. And I didn't even know that person. So if you invite the whole server to a wedding where a minimum of 3 or 4 people don't want it to happen, you know chaos is it's gonna happen. And I think it'll be so funny. I just want maximum damage. I have problems, chat. If there's not at least one perma and there's not a bunch of fucking lawsuits on my desk the next fucking day, I swear to God, I will riot. I'm praying that it's not Ace that permas someone, but you never know. You never know. Alright. But yeah, we just need to figure out the exact day, and then I'll put it all up on the notice board. And I think, chat, I think we're gonna use like the Super Russian one. I want to put the Super Russian one up. No, I'm gonna alternate it between notice boards. So some of the notice boards will have the one that looks very obviously Russian, and the other ones will have the one that it doesn't look really obviously Russian, but it definitely is. It's red because we're red-blooded Americans. Let me just pull it up for those of you guys who haven't actually seen the invites. Why is it so big? That's what she said. It's really annoying, by the way, not fucking being able to say that's what she said in this time period, okay? Like, I don't actually think that was a thing then. Okay, look at this. So this is our wedding invite. This is also really obviously Russian if you know Russian things. But if you don't, it just looks like a generic invite. But it's Russian. It's very Russian. This is like a Russian flag. And then the other one is my personal favorite. Guys, I've been muted this whole time. Chat, what was the last thing you heard? Because I don't remember when I muted myself, but I've been talking to myself for a while. Seriously, what was the last thing I said? Tell me! Someone has to tell me, because I've literally just been talking to myself. Hold on. 2 seconds. Do that. Do this. Sorry, my boogers are running out of my nose. Oh. Right, well, fuck. I said so much. I literally went on a rant about how badly I wanted there to be like a red wedding and like how I wish that it's so chaotic that no one can tell whether or not I will actually end up marrying Ron, because I love Ron. And obviously I want to marry him. But imagine, if you will, that it was such a chaotic mess, chat, that Ron ended up comatose for 3 weeks, and when he woke up, Katya was married to Marjorie. True, it's 1985. I can't actually be married to her, but we were scissor sisters. That fucking song becomes accurate, and Ace and Ron both walk in on me and Marjorie scissoring on the floor. Ron and Ace just marry each other. That's the end of the soap opera. Role play. Chat, I love chaos. I thrive on that shit. I need it. So I need the wedding to be as chaotic as humanly possible. To the point where people are taking bets whether or not someone dies, whether or not someone gets married, whether or not someone gets outed as a communist. I just want chaos. So I'm probably going to put both of the invites up throughout the city. Like different ones at different boards. I think it'll be really interesting.
Are they different boards or are they shared?
I don't know if they're shared or not. They could be shared. If they're shared, I'm probably just going to put the super communist one up because it's just funnier. And I kind of want people who think that I'm a communist to show up to the wedding and just start shit. I want it to be a bloodbath. Also, I'm going to make sure that I invite Marjorie. Because I want Marjorie to be there when Ace is there. Because if he does object, it's going to be fucking hilarious. I think Buffy thinks that Ace that Katya and Ace are a thing as well, because she like side-eyed us so hard. I don't know why. I do just want maximum chaos. I do. Yeah. Hi, Katya, I'm here. I want to die. Oh. I just love this. I just love people saying shit to me and me just doing this. I love ragdolling. It's literally my favorite. Like the other Ace at the trial being like, I think we've got this in the bag, right? And I'm just like, oh my god. If Katya had to choose one to die, who is it? I'm not going to comment on that because Kinky is in the chat and he'll yell at me no matter what I pick. I'm joking, Kinky. I'm sorry. I'm going to bed. You guys are tiring me out. I'm going to raid Occam. Occam? I don't actually know how to say his name. Boogers. Alright, guys. I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, night, wherever it is that you are. And I will see you guys next stream, okay? I'm going to try to rest my voice for a bit. I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye!